Hey, great content. Love it. Share, like, subscribe. Let's grow this thing. If you have not liked this, please like this, go and share this, because we're talking about pure commentator gold right here, y'all. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to get it nowhere else except one place, the Late Night Hype.
unforgettable experience. Get ready. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Let's get hype.
Chip. What's going on, Cowboys Nation? Welcome to another episode of the Late Night Hype. We're waiting. We're seeing if the man himself, 84, Patrick Creighton, will be in later. A little bit of issues, but that's okay. We still got a show lined up for you because you know how we do. Let's go.
Right.
We still up in this thing. You know. What up, y'all?
Hey, one way or
guys.
another.
Hey, man. Hey, it's still time because remember, We had the hour delay with Cedric Wilson, so maybe it could happen this way too. We're still waiting on you, PC. Hopefully you come through, but like you said, the show must go on. We still the late night hype
must go on.
Regardless, you feel me?
Like my boy KMT said, nothing's stopping y'all.
Man, we ain't not stopping just because PC ain't here. We gonna keep it rolling. If you come in, come on in, man.
Come on in, get on in.
We waiting.
If not, we talking Cowboys one
Football
way or
regardless.
another. You know, that's just my motto, man. A lot of times people would think that, hey, this is the end of the world. No, remember our first live stream ever?
Oh
Scott
man,
and James?
I remember for sure.
Oh man, dog. We already know how. We remember how that happened.
Wow.
I had to put a
We were
picture.
stuck in the matrix.
I had to put a picture up, fam. It was
Oh,
like,
man.
you know what, man, this ain't working out. So I'm just gonna throw a
Yeah.
picture.
I said, dog, James, this is your boy.
This your guy.
This your dog.
He said, look, he said,
I
this is who
promise
you
you.
brought me, dog. I said, look, this is my man's, dog. This is my man. This is who you brought me over here. Hey, man, I thought.
Hey,
me
listen, you
that
know what's so funny about that? I was looking at the comments and it was like, oh, get this guy out of here, man.
Yeah,
Go
get
back
him
to
outta
doing it the
here.
way you doing
Toss him out of the club.
it. Go
Yeah.
back to doing it the way you was doing it. I'm like, oh, y'all was just hitting me with a whole bunch of these. Oh, get him out of here. Oh, he can't do nothing. Oh, he's a terrible producer. Oh. I'm like,
Hey,
damn, dog, my
it was
first
so
time.
funny. Hey, it was even funny how after it was over, Law kept on going,
You know
he
me,
was
I'm
saying
just-
that. Look, Skywalker kept on saying, "Man, I got this. You know, don't worry about it. I got this. I'm gonna prove this." Lawkins kept on going, rubbing his beard like,
You know
I'm
what,
like,
though?
oh shit.
It's crazy how that stuff.
I'm gonna let James have it when we get off.
And he did. He said, as soon as we hung up, he texted me immediately. Say, "Hey, you got a minute, Jay?"
Listen, it's crazy how the world work out though, because check it. That show motivated the hell out of me to say, no. I'm not doing another single one of these until I got my shit right all the way.
All the
And
way.
I went in overdrive. I was already grinding to get better, but I went into overdrive and I just been in grind mode ever since. So yeah, here we are now, nation. Shout out to y'all in the chat, man. Sev in the building, 2Q, Ready Red, Stu Wood, David, Facebook in the building, Slum 210, Brian, Chop. It's your boy D White. Shout out to you. I saw you join the membership. Appreciate you, man.
Your boy D White a long time.
James Nook, Cowboy Mike. I always get Cowboy Mike and Cowboy Marty mixed up.
Marty.
William McPherson, God tier Jimbo. Jimbo, what up, man? A great fan too.
Jimbo, wow.
Yeah, man, y'all up in the building, man. Rue Glock in here, Fabulous
Glock.
Prime, Uncle Chuck, man.
Oh, that's my dog right there,
he's
Chuck.
Uncle Charles.
Yeah.
What's going on, Uncle Charles? Yeah, y'all up in here, man. Y'all up in here. Sorry if I don't
Hey,
get to
we
you.
love
The Ninja, Jessica in the building, Mr. Mendoza.
Mendoza.
Damn.
Mendoza. I gotta say Mendoza and
That's it, like
Perez, all
Mendoza.
of those,
And
man.
of course,
Perez.
our guy, the powered by guy, the Cowboys Network in the building as well, man. I just hopped into the chat.
yeah.
Sosa.
Yes, Sosa.
be warming them
Powered
up
by the
for us,
Cowboys
man.
Network. Yeah, we're just looking at some of y'all comments here, just seeing what's up, man. You know, just welcoming into the show. We will still have a show. We still are going to have a show. It's going to go on, and we're going to talk a little bit about what D Law said earlier. Was it this week, y'all?
Well,
Yeah.
that interview was like way in May.
Oh, so it just
got
resurfaced.
heated up.
Yeah,
it
it
just
just
resurfaced.
You know, it's funny when I listened to
Yeah.
the interview, I'm like, that sounds like the big boy from. And he's not there no more.
He gone. We might have to bring him on the show or something.
Whitlock, no, man, don't bring him on here because I get in an argument with Whitlock.
Oh man,
Hell
you
nah.
would
I
eat
don't
him
like
up,
him.
huh?
Nah,
He'll
that'd just be
moonwalk
a
out
fight
of
the
this
whole
thing.
damn time.
Mm-mm.
And
Cowboy
you see
Nation.
how he be talking? He too up his
I
head.
don't like him,
up his
fam.
ass for that.
I think this is what happened though. Real
What
talk.
up, my guy, Stevie?
This is what happened. They listened back to the show and they said, "Man, we don't want that heat." Just like when Dan Orlovsky, he was talking about, I'm gonna have to.
Oh yeah, I think
got a
Dan saw
business
what
meeting.
happened.
He saw what
Dan
happened.
he wasn't about that life. He had three of us ready attack mode. Not one, not two, but three.
3. So Dan Orlovsky walked up out of that. I know
Oh,
big
good.
boy
didn't
Whitlock
want
would be
that
like,
life.
nah.
Three
ain't
knowledgeable cowboy
Fam.
people. No,
He ain't coming on this shit, man. He don't
he
do
know
that.
what's up.
He don't do nothing like that. He go
knows
hide
what's
on. He go hide on that network, and then he out.
Yeah,
So,
he
so,
know
so
what's
he
up.
tell me he gonna say, "Well, you mean to tell me I can't fictionally write up these debates?"
Nah, this is real shit over here,
It's
big
real
dog.
talk.
can't run
fam.
and hide over here.
We ain't giving you no watered down rundown, fam. No.
Mm-mm.
Oh, I gotta ask you, Sky, though, since you
What's
used
up?
the name Sky, and we always say, are you a Star Trek guy or a Star Wars guy?
It's funny because if I had to act, I'm not either. I'm not neither. I'm not a big time, giant, crazy Star Wars or Star Trek fan. However, growing up,
okay.
I did like Star Wars a lot. I like the old classic Star Wars growing up. Then I could not keep up. Once I hit about around that 2000, I couldn't keep up with that shit. So, I faded to black. And I became more of a Marvel fan around the early 2000s. Right at 2000, really. Because all the cartoons and comics that were coming out back then started becoming better real life movies. So I got really into that now. That's why you see the membership program is tailored to the Marvel universe because I love
Marvel Universe. Okay, I just had because it's itching. You know how, James, you have something on your mind, you just want to ask somebody like, look, are you
the name didn't come from me.
It came from James.
Yeah, it came from me. So it was already Star Wars over here because I ain't never been no tricky guy. For real,
so
for real,
it's you. It's you.
It's
Okay,
me.
you.
I'm Star Wars.
Yeah,
'cause
team
when I
above
was
500.
younger-
You got that wrong, Playboy. I am not no goddamn Harry Potter fanboy. Ugh.
What the hell? Come on now.
You got it wrong, man. Don't get it twisted because I got glasses on and I be
together.
chilling over here. You got me
damn act
all screwed up, Playboy.
But you
I
know
ain't
what?
gonna go into my personal life, but
you know what though?
nothing against Harry Potter.
I'm a movie. I'm a
but
movie buff,
don't judge me.
but I like Matilda over Harry Potter.
Oh,
Matilda
yeah,
has some
Matilda's a
powers.
classic.
Man. Shoot,
Much
that
too
Ma-
I
good
that
mean,
movie
I ain't
chilling.
like no Harry Potter. Period. I like
Yeah.
the old. What was it? What was it? Bilbo Baggins. What was the old name for it when it was way back in the day, with the ring and all that stuff?
Lord of the
Lord of the
Rings.
Rings.
Lords of the. It
About
was
the same time frame, though. I think.
Yeah, something
yeah.
like that. I mean, yeah, eventually, but for real, only thing I liked about Star Trek was because I like William Shatner. He was
yeah.
about that life. I like William.
You know what's
Shatner.
crazy though? And I know we getting sidetracked a little bit, but
The Hobbit.
But
I mean, I think they love the conversation right now. Everybody
do.
up in
Oh,
here.
yeah. I'm just
Talk
saying.
about whatever the hell we want.
I'm just saying, going away from shit. I don't forgot what I was gonna say.
Go ahead.
I literally
It's the Hobbit. Yeah, the Hobbit.
The Hobbit.
The Hobbit. Bilbo
Trek.
Baggins.
no
Star
about
Trek.
Star
Oh.
Trek.
Okay.
The new Star Trek movies are dope. I like the newer ones, the ones in the last like 7 years or whatever. Them Jones is dope. So I'm
Yeah.
just saying, if you don't like Star Trek, old Star Trek,
Yeah.
go check out
Let
the
me
new
say
Star
this.
Trek.
Let me say this before we go into details. I used to like when commercials wasn't so PC, and there was a sneaker commercial, and it was this Star Trek chick on there, and a dude would say, I think it was sneakers, and he would say, would you? Y'all know what I'm talking about? Y'all help me out in the chat box, man.
Nope.
You don't know what I'm talking about. He goes into this elevator, right? And there's this bad, beautiful lady, but she had a messed up face. She was one of the trackies. You know what I'm saying?
Ah.
Oh, y'all help me out. But the commercial.
Jack gonna have to help you on that one, dog.
Wait,
Jack
well, let's
gonna have
move
to-
on.
I think that story said wah, wah. It
But
failed.
I don't got that. Beep, beep.
somebody's gonna help me out. Somebody's gonna bail me out, and I'm gonna give them a shout out for life. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that was interesting.
No, baby.
You definitely
Bring
got,
that beat back.
I'm gonna tell you
Bring
something right
that
now.
beat
You
back.
got me
Let's
to talk
talk some
about.
Cowboys, then.
I ain't never talked about Star Wars, Star Trek for that long
Yeah.
in my adult life. I don't think, playing. So
That's
you got me to do something I ain't doing in a while.
There's nothing wrong.
No,
with
I like Star Trek movies. So, just saying
Yeah.
Hey, you got me to do something I don't normally do.
it. They messed up all that new Star Wars shit. They should have kept it old.
That's what I'm saying. I couldn't keep up with it. But what I can keep up with is what's going on in the Dallas Cowboys world.
Right.
That's what we
You know?
can do.
Indeedy. And where can we begin with the whole D-Law thing? Because you made a video about it, Law, and he actually touched on a few different pointers, but the one that stuck out to me was the whole divided thing.
Yeah. I think that there's certain players felt for Jason Garrett. They kind of knew the writing was on the wall. Some players feel like Jason Garrett gave them an opportunity and a chance to play for the Dallas Cowboys, and he believed in him, and they identify with Jason Garrett life talk and talk strategies of life. Trust me, you can have a preconceived notion of Jason Garrett, and you can say, man, I'm going to beat him up with some comments. But the moment you meet him, he got this certain glow about himself.
Yeah.
And that's why nobody never came to the neck of Jason Garrett from the media perspective. Because when you think about it, they had a lot of room in there to do that. But Jason Garrett is all-time Mr. Nice Guy. So to me personally, I think that there was a lot of people that was in the locker room pro Jason Garrett, you see, and then there was a lot of people in the locker room like, man, this dude is like nuttier than Planters peanuts, man. I can't believe this bland, vanilla, bass track guy is out there coaching this team. We need to get somebody else.
The funny thing is, you never really heard the players besides T.O. Really just come down on the coaches while they're there. I mean, over the last 5 years, and they had room as well.
Yeah.
When I say coaches, I should say JG, because
JG.
Scott Linehan got called out, right, by Coop a little bit. I mean, he didn't go all the way in. And after they left, Dez obviously said things, and the little one, the Hobbit, Beasley, Cole Beasley, said some things. But they all have this admiration for JG and I think it's as a person. That is the key. He's good to them. He's a player's coach per se, in the sense of, he makes them feel, good about him, about Jason Garrett. But when it comes to actually executing and being, a great head coach or a coach that gets you over the hump, I don't want to say they were scared, but they definitely bit their tongues, fam.
Oh, hey, man, it's like this. Nice guys finish last in this world, dog. When I was in my homeboy in college, this is what it is. We would go out, we kick it. I ain't saying I'm a top 10 or anything like that, but we go out, we kick it and get the ladies, and he'd be like trying to be all nice all the time and be all cool, and then they'd be like, man, oh, I love you so much, but I ain't gonna holler at you. Okay, you ain't never gonna be no dude of mine. You're just too nice. You're gonna get so far when you're nice. Okay, so that nice guy low key finished last, dog, and it was all great. And I loved you as a person being a nice guy. But daggone it, nice guys ain't winning championships. Be mean, do whatever the hell you gotta do.
Hey James,
we need championships.
Can I play devil's advocate on that?
Go ahead.
Because we did get a chance to see behind the scenes, and we have heard other players behind the scenes. It's not that he's a nice guy, right? He's not one of those, I'm not going to curse. I'm not Tony Dungy. He gets on your ass. That doesn't mean you're a good coach, but he's not the type that where Wade Phillips is Camp Cupcake and shit. And Tony Dungy is, I would never curse that. I don't need to curse. He never yelled, it seemed like, Tony Dungy. But he portrayed himself as a robot to us and to the media. Right. And as a player's coach, this is the thing that makes me say he's a player's coach. What other coach is going to a goddamn football game or basketball game? And you heard what PT said. You heard what he said with the players like that, and no one else. Right. Tony Romo and Jason Witten and DeMarco Murray, the main guys. That's not happening, fam. It shouldn't, in my opinion. If it's happening, it shouldn't. It's one thing we're doing family stuff and things like that, but there's got to be some type of, hey, I am the authority figure here. How you going to tell me what to do, or how am I going to delegate my power as a leader if I'm being looked at as, man, you close with the coach, man. I ain't get shit what you got to say.
Right. I mean, like with my dog. Go ahead, Big Game James, because I want to say something about that sponsor. But go ahead.
I just feel like even when I say nice guy, even when they had that all or nothing or whatever the hell it was called, and they try to pump him up when he was behind the scenes cussing. I'm gonna keep it real, dog. I know managers that I've worked under, or people that I've worked under, that no matter how much they cuss at you or go hard on you, you're gonna work hard, but you deep down inside you don't fear them. And you don't fear them. A reason why is because when you look up top, you ain't got no power to say nothing really to me. And if I'm a top player, I think I can go over your head. And
so we're talking about a bigger issue than the coach now, right? We're talking about a Jerry Jones.
Yeah, I mean, because at the end of the day, we've heard a couple of the guys that we brought on saying it was more of a Jerry thing too, because Jerry is, look, if he's coming over top of you saying one thing and then Jerry's saying nothing, who are you listening to? Coach or Jerry?
You're going to listen to Jerry. Look, we all have homes. We all have, and I know we the king of our own castle at our home. You're not finna let no man, Sky's not finna come to your house, Big Game James, and say, hey, move the furniture here. It'll be better if the drapes with this color, what have you. Not saying that he would talk about drapes, but you get what I'm saying though.
Right.
Yeah.
Jerry Jones, he's a billionaire. It's hard to tell billionaires what to do. It's just hard. So, and especially when he wanted to be right, I'm gonna tell people
No,
like this. Sometimes your success can be your failure. Let me repeat. Y'all write this down. Your success can be your failures. What happened with what's the coach when we won the Super Bowl in 95, 96 season?
Barry Switzer.
Barry Switzer. That was Jerry Wayne Jones' success because he felt like, hey, although, you know, everybody was talking about Jimmy Johnson and beyond, I can do it with any coach. And it happened.
Well,
It
see,
happened.
I'm gonna push
but
back
then
on.
people reminded him, Sky and Big Game James. Nah, that was still Jimmy Johnson.
I'm gonna push back on the billionaire thing. Billionaire thing don't mean shit in my opinion. Every last
True.
owner in the league is a billionaire. The difference between them and Jerry Jones is the GM, quote unquote
Yeah.
GM.
He's
And
every GM. He's everything.
exactly. So that's the difference. You could be a billionaire and get the hell out the way. Look at Robert Kraft. Look at all the damn owners for the most part. Get out the way. But that's not
But
the Jerry
some
way.
billionaires got that ego, you know. I heard of a story
Oh,
where
they all
it
got
was
an ego.
Yeah,
Everybody
they
got an
got-
ego,
but
we're
but
talking
some
about
egos
football.
are beyond bigger than life almost. I seen a story out there, true story by the way. It was a certain house that didn't want to move out of a certain area, and the billionaire was like, "Look, I'm finna buy this area. You got to move. I'm gonna give you the money. I'm gonna give you 500 million." They're like, "Nah, we not moving like a tree planted by the water." But the billionaire said, "You know what? I'm gonna build these high-rise building condos all around your house, and eventually we're gonna squeeze you out." That's what billionaires do, and I think that's how Jerry Wayne Jones think. We may be living in misery, you know, with the Cowboys not winning something since 1995, but in reality, he became a Hall of Famer. He done built a $3.5 billion stadium and a $2.5 billion workout facility. So he's been eating off the fat of the land. That's Jerry. And I'm not hating on Jerry, but that's just how his mental mindset is. We've been living in misery. He's been living in joy.
And unless it's we all understand that unless it's like the headstrong coach, honestly, when we saw Chan Gailey or Dave Campo or you hoped and prayed with Wade Phillips. I mean, yeah, you knew Wade Phillips when he had a good defense can coach, but did you really think any of them guys were gonna take it to a Super Bowl, dog? And just like when Jason Garrett came in, no matter how much you was like trying to believe it, deep down in your heart, did you really believe it? Hell no, you never really believed it. None of us did.
Towards the end, no. But toward
I never
right
believed in the
at-
beginning. 2014 was the only time I thought.
See, let me get there. Right after, during 2014, it gave you hope because you
That was
thought
the
you
hope.
saw growth. The problem was we didn't really see much growth in the record under Jason Garrett at the beginning, but what we did see was growth in the cultural change and growth in how we brought in players and how we drafted. So it was like, okay, I'll give you that benefit of the doubt, but now I need to see results after that third 8-8 season. Then he
Well, let
gave
me
us
ask you
the
this.
results, and hold on. And when he gave us the results, you was like, okay, maybe we got something there. And then we went back to the up down. And after that second up down, it was like, listen, man, this ain't it. I don't care if we go 13-3 again. This ain't it. He got to go.
Well, let me ask both of y'all this though. Week 2, before Tony Romo got the injury in 2015, weren't you guys feeling the same way? Like this is the team, we can go all the way to the Super Bowl?
No,
I had a good feeling about us being good, but I didn't think about no Super Bowl with no Jason Garrett. Like
no.
in my, you know how it is, Law. You always want to say Super Bowl, but I'm talking about deep in my heart. No, I never believed he could be that guy because you could tell. I never looked at him in my heart. I'm saying seeing him holding up the trophy with Jerry Jones, it's just like, no, you're not that dude.
Let me tell you
You're
what.
not that dude.
The 2015. Let me tell you why. You lost 1,800 yards. A big part of your offense and saving Tony Romo's ass was running the ball. And you brought in, no offense to DMC and Joseph Randle, but they wasn't DeMarco Murray. And you wasn't going to run an offense through those guys. DeMarco Murray would have helped, in my opinion, prolong Tony Romo. Now, it came to fruition that the dude just one hit and he's done. Happened against the Eagles, happened again against the Panthers, and it happened again against Seattle in consecutive almost weeks, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think Tony. Oh, okay. So no, he played against the Miami game. So he went Eagles hurt, Miami, Panthers hurt, preseason hurt, end of career.
In the career.
That was pretty much Tony.
I mean, you knew.
But I didn't feel confident in 2015 when we lost DeMarco and didn't replace him. That we were going to be a Super Bowl team, relying on a quarterback who was one hit away from being done.
We wouldn't buy on that. There's a lot of meat left on the bone for lots.
Nobody was feeling that because we all felt our Super Bowl hopes was with DeMarco too. And we was like, okay, wouldn't you have felt better if they would have signed DeMarco? Then you'd have said, okay, I think we may have we may have a Super Bowl team now because we brought DeMarco back. But as soon as we lost DeMarco, just like Sky said, you didn't. Come on, Derek McFadden, Joseph Randall, like you said, and then you got a fragile ass Romo, and you knew once he got hit in Philly, you was like, damn, I think it's over.
And when
you know what? Go ahead, because I was going to elaborate.
The running back was Dunbar. Dunbar was getting the most. Seemed like he was getting the most action in the first 3 weeks, any damn way, in regards to making plays.
Dude hurt a toe at the drop of a hat.
That's what I'm saying. He was such an important part of the offense, and another dude get injury prone. And then you had Joseph Randall, who was an idiot. Yeah. So it just was.
Yeah, still in draws and cologne. Boy, they made a pun out of that. But let me ask you guys this, though. You were saying, Big Game James, in 2014, you felt the strongest that we had that chance.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, I felt because it was kind of like I saw the growth of DeMarco Murray. That offensive line was really feeling really good to me. So I didn't think the defense was going to be great. But I just felt that offense was going to be really, really explosive. And then, you know what I'm saying, when we went on those runs, it felt good. But I can't lie to you. When we went into Green Bay, even with Green Bay, Aaron Rodgers with that calf messed up, I just had that feeling. And everybody talks about, like, oh, that was a Super Bowl year. I understand. Oh, would have DeMarco Murray wouldn't have fumbled that ball, we would have won. No, you don't, because that was like in the second freaking quarter. And even if Dez would have scored,
you do got to count that, though. That's huge.
Right, but it still wouldn't have said they would have won the game.
Anybody saying somebody would have won off of one play that's stupid, but it played a big part.
I'm just saying a lot of people have.
Take that with a grain of salt. Go ahead, man.
Finish my point. Thank you.
Love it.
And when they threw the ball to Dez, and Dez was on the 1 yard line, let's say he would have scored. I think it was still like under 4 minutes left, and Aaron Rodgers was killing us that game.
It was a century for him.
There was no guarantee that we was going to stop them on defense and they wouldn't have scored. You know what I'm saying? Because we would only been up 3 points or 4 points at that point.
Mm-hmm. But you know, I'm setting this up, so I want to hear Scott.
So you don't believe 2014 was the year then?
No. I'm setting something up. So Scott, I want to hear your point, man, because you know it's all like the girl said last night, volleyball. I'm trying to serve a strikeout over here, whatever they call it over there. You know.
Yeah. What's my point on what?
On 2014.
That was the best year to win the Super Bowl. Point blank. Period.
Yeah, that was only in my opinion.
So this is what I'm trying to say here. When did we lose? Because we was pretty good. We just couldn't get pressure on Aaron Rodgers, right? When did we lose DeMarcus? Where? When did we lose him?
We went 12-4 the first year without DeMarcus Ware.
That was the year we lost him. So if you was to sprinkle in a DeMarcus Ware in that playoff game, come on.
What's the point?
Let me ask you guys.
So what's the point here? What are we getting at?
Well, what I'm saying is that every time we make a move and don't make the move, it seems like it's the wrong move. Do you think if we'd have went on ahead and paid DeMarcus Ware and he would have played some limited snaps or what have you, would we create some pressure? Would he got around to the edge? Would he be able to fold Aaron Rodgers' leg in half?
No,
would he be able to do something like that?
Never coach a game to give. Garrett can't win games by coaching, and that was the problem. If we went to the next round, it's Tony Romo. Just like we heard Brother said, Tony Romo's won 2-3 games when you should have been 5 and something. Them 8 and 8. Tony Romo won some of those games. It has never been Jason Garrett, just like we had talked about on the podcast, Scott, when we were doing our Stargaze. When are you ever going to sit there and say there was a signature Jason Garrett game where, man, he outcoached them?
He didn't need to in that game. He didn't need to that year. Here's my thing on Jason Garrett, and it's been my thing forever. Jason Garrett, when he has his horses, the team has a very high chance to be very good. And that year, he had all his horses, and he had them in their primes. So he really didn't need to outcoach anybody during that run. Because if you go look at the teams, man, go look at the Packers after they won and went and played Seattle. That wasn't some magical coaching game, man. That was just some wacky shit that went on. Now, did what's the cat's name? Did Pete Carroll call a cool trick play with the fake field goal? Sure, if you want to call that coaching, but that's razzle dazzle in my opinion. It came down to which teams were better. And I really believe we were the best team in the NFC. And we had the best quarterback in the NFC. I felt like that was the year. So would DeMarcus Ware have helped us? Yes. Would he have been the? Would he have?
Broncos,
Are you saying if we had him, we'd have won? I'm not that dude. I would never be that dude to say if we get this player, we win a Super Bowl. If we get this play, we win a Super Bowl. That ain't me. Ain't never been me. I would never say that. It takes more than just one player, one play.
Yeah, one player away.
But it would have helped us tremendously better than bringing out Jeremy Mincey to rush Aaron Rodgers. You know what I'm saying? Hell yeah, it would have helped us. But in that game, it definitely came down to players just making the damn play. DeMarco Murray doesn't fumble. That's a big play.
Yeah.
If we get the Dez Bryant,
Dan Bailey don't miss that
Dan
kick.
Bailey doesn't miss the kick. If Dez Bryant, makes that catch, if we can just swipe the ball away from Randall Cobb instead of tipping it, like Scandrick did, and he caught it, or was it Crawford that tipped it and he caught it? Then we get the ball back again. So I mean, it's a lot of other plays I'm not even talking about. But I felt like that year the players can overcome the coaching. Ever since then, the only other year it could have been that was 2016 had Tony Romo actually, and this is no offense to Dak. I love Dak, and I was cool with either one, Dak or Tony. But if I kept it real with myself, is a rookie quarterback really going to take you to the Super Bowl and win it?
Yeah, it was one of those things where when I looked at that 2016 game, is a combination of multiple things. Still, we couldn't get pressure on Aaron Rodgers. Of course, the ball didn't bounce our way. Of course, we had that slow start. And I always felt that way with Jason Garrett team as it relates to time, because I think we had number 1 seed or something like that, number 2. What was our seed power that year? I know we had a bye week, 2. Right?
Yeah, it was
number 2. So pretty much, man, it was like a game that we should have won.
We lost that. We ended up being number 3 because we went and we played Detroit at home, and that's when Tony had to, So
no. I'm talking about 16. I'm not talking about 14. I'm
16.
talking about 16.
Yeah, we
16.
was the first
We had
seed.
that bye. I was like, I was more nervous that the fact that we had the bye than the fact that we wanted to appreciate the bye, because normally, like a Bill Belichick or somebody like that, you say you give more time to prepare for a team. It's just almost
Jason Garrett. It don't matter what time he got.
But Jason Garrett, man, all that time, you're looking at like, oh my goodness, what they go? I was just praying. We were sitting out there saying, y'all better not go to Cabo. Y'all better not go, outside of the confines of Frisco. Y'all need to stay locked in and be ready. And when that game started
JG wasn't
off,
the coach
I was
though when
like,
that Cabo shit happened.
I know he wasn't the coach
Yeah,
then, but I'm talking about the overall. Well, he had his toe in the water, so he was the offensive coordinator, wasn't he?
Yeah, he ain't the head coach. I don't think
wasn't
they're
the
doing
head
that shit under Jason Garrett though. Again, nice guy to us and to the media
Oh,
and
that's
to
too
people.
much Jason Garrett talk. It's make my head hurt.
I know.
Well, then let's move
That was-
on, then, man. What we talking about?
Yeah, but we were talking about the divide, though. In the
Well,
locker
let's
room.
talk about the divide, man.
great
I don't want to
divide,
hear
like the
no
ice
damn
cream.
Jason Garrett. Golly.
Yeah, my goodness. Well, what do you think that DeMarcus Lawrence was alluding to? Because he didn't elaborate. What do you think that he was talking about when he was talking about the divide? People.
I just look what a lot of the guys were saying. I mean, Philip Tanner, got Jesse Holly and stuff that we had already talked about. I mean, we saw that they felt a lot of the writing was on the wall. It was a Super Bowl bust year. Things were starting out all funny, and then players aren't stupid. When they're playing for a coach, you can feel it in your heart. We've played sports, right? You can kind of feel when your coach is going to be gone, right? So when you kind of feel that way, you know what? I'm gonna get mines. That's reality. These people ain't robots. I'm gonna start getting mines. Well, we started hearing it. We heard Broader say. We heard other people say it. That people start trying to do their own thing. I'm not trying to say certain people they were already mentioned, but too many people were trying to do their own thing. So if that's happening, they obviously had to feel like, you know what, this is probably the end, and Jason Garrett ain't probably gonna be here no more. So if that's the case, let me get mines.
I agree.
Yeah, man, I'm just responding to some stuff. What do I think was the divided part? I don't know. He needs to elaborate because were there people in the locker room that were vehemently against Jason Garrett? I couldn't tell.
Yeah.
Maybe it wasn't coach. It wasn't players. It was the coaches. We heard about the linebackers coach screaming and yelling with the defensive coordinator Chris Richard. We hear about from Brian Broaddus, and we hear about from I think PT as well, where there was some coaching divide, and players playing hero ball. If players are playing hero ball, that means they're not listening to what
They're
the
not
coaches
listening
is
to
saying.
nobody.
So if only
Yeah.
some players listen to the coach and other players isn't, it could have been more of a coaching staff issue than the Jason Garrett issue. Because what PT said was it was players crying.
True.
Yeah, in tears.
True.
Because they
Yeah.
knew the last game, that was it. That was it for Jason Garrett. So I think they really did like him and wanted to win for him. But, you know, you still got to, I don't care how bad they want to win for you, you still have to be able to out-coach somebody. But so the divide could have been in the coaching rank.
Or
And then
knowing that you're
trickled
going to
down.
lose some of your sponsorships. Man, I love the fact how Brian Broaddus broke that down. He was sitting there saying, hey, you're going to lose some of your sponsorship because this coaching staff this new coaching staff that's coming in, they have no love affair for you. You know, they don't have no I'm gonna give this guy a chance out of chance. So if I'm from the old regime, I'm from the old staff, and I'm losing the coach that drafted me or the coach that.
But you're not thinking about
empower me.
There's no regime at that point. Feel me?
Right. True.
There's no regime yet, and you should at the end of the year. It doesn't matter how tight you are. I'm just speaking as a player. It doesn't matter how tight you are with that said coach or whatever. In the NFL, it's a business. You ain't safe the next year. I mean, there may be like 4 players that's really, really safe that you can say there's no way they're going to cut me type thing, right? Marcus Lawrence, Zeke, Dak, Tyron Smith, and not even Tyron. According to a lot of people, think Tyron could be a cut. Zach Martin, right? Yeah, Lyle, right? Those guys, you like, yeah, you know, there's no way. But everybody else, maybe they ain't like you, Jalen. You ain't look too good last year. LVE, you hurt. None of these corners is signed late on big extensions. The defensive tackles, gone.
But you know what
Tyron
else,
Smith, you
Scott?
get hurt. Like, so, yeah, you know, everybody should still be like, you know what? New season, I need to step it up, no matter who the damn coach is, in my opinion.
True.
Just kind of bouncing on that. I don't know if it's I think you might have something on that. I wonder because you know how Jalen, he's one person that stands out to me with a lot of this, in my opinion, because he was supposed to be the quote unquote leader of the middle of the defense. And you know how he was kind of wanting that mantle, and remember how he was kind of talking about, I'm the leader now, I'm the leader. You know what I mean?
Did we see
And
that
I
though?
think that maybe rubbed some people the wrong way. Like, you got to earn it. You can't just say it just because you got paid and you battle back. That's all admirable, but maybe you got to earn it a little bit. And I think he was just going out there and saying, I'm the leader now. It's not Sean Lee right here. It's me. And when you saying you the leader of this and that, and you know how it is, you say you do this and that. Okay, well, everybody's going to start watching you. And he didn't have the greatest, maybe he had tackles, but we saw on the tape, didn't have the greatest year this past season. So people sitting back, and if you a player, we know, we've done it. You sit back there and you see this guy talking all this trash saying he's a leader and he's not doing his job, man, ain't nobody listening to you no more, dog.
Yeah. Yeah. And the craziest thing of it all, the beautiful girl that's in the schools or college, what have you, she don't have to ask for things. They come to her, right? And when Jalen was out there begging for Pro Bowls, and I understand, you know, hey, somebody put that in the comment box. Hey, he was out there lobbying. And I understand you get more money and all those recognitions and things like that. It look good on your resume. But you begging for Pro Bowl votes during the season makes me think that you're not all sold in. And I think Bennett kind of called that out. And he was sitting there saying, like, people are self-promoting. And that's just the reality of it.
I mean,
Hopefully this year we can stay focused.
He was swiping down 18 points in the fourth quarter with 3 minutes left after a play. Like, come on, Jay. I love you, Jalen, but come on, dog.
Why?
Talking about that Chicago game.
Every game.
Yeah.
No,
Every game
we lost. If we was
one
losing,
game.
he swiped.
Dog.
And to me,
And
yeah,
it makes you mad when you see the swipe.
well, here's why. Because we should have seen it coming though. Because at that presser with Jerry Jones, when he got signed, he said, man, you know, and I'm paraphrasing here, it's a brand here. And I wanted to stay here because Dallas and Jerry going to help me build my brand.
Mm-hmm.
And then what did we start seeing? All these crazy ass swipes from regular plays when we're losing by.
You make a
20.
regular tackle. You jumping up and down. It's like, bro, get back in that lineup. Come on.
I mean, you're actually on to something. I never thought of it that way, because it seemed like a lot of the players are all cool with each other. But, and B. Bird mentioned this. He said, if you really look at it, when Michael Bennett came to the team, he became the voice. That's scary.
Yeah.
A dude who
That's
just
scary.
been in here for a cup of coffee, Law and James,
Yeah.
is now the voice
Right.
of the defense.
Right.
Yeah, he had skins on the wall.
He
you
has
know.
skins too, just like Law
I mean,
said. But
it's one
just like
thing
you
to have
said, those,
skins, right?
yeah. But it's you still got to have the
'Cause
voice,
Dak ain't
even if
have no
somebody
skins,
comes
and he
outside. Yeah,
He took over the locker room.
Let me
Yeah.
tell y'all something. Let me tell y'all something, and it's going all the way back. Emmett Smith, his best celebration of all time. Big Game James will really know when he get in that end zone. What he gonna do, Big Game
kneel.
James? He gonna kneel, take that helmet off. He gonna show that bald head, and that's the best celebration ever because he's doing it
Is he
in
the
the
one-
end zone.
don't-
He's
but
doing it
didn't he
when
used
he
to do
actually
the-
making a play.
Oh yeah. So he don't get up and do the first down. You know. Yeah.
First down to Ezekiel Elliott. Yeah.
Again, branding. I'm just saying.
Brandon.
Right. Listen, Ezekiel Elliott tops selling jersey. Ezekiel Elliott got signed 2 years before his deal was up. Dak got a top selling jersey too. They ain't touch him yet.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
They know he
Yeah.
getting that mugger
hopefully,
from Zeke.
we're going to see hopefully a whole different level. I feel like you got. I just don't feel like there was even though guys love the coach. I just feel like there wasn't a lot of accountability under this 2019 regime. Wasn't a lot of accountability, and when you don't have a lot of accountability, things go haywire. And I feel like with this new staff, and I said it before, I don't feel like this staff is going. Mike McCarthy got signed for 5 years. The first thing I thought was that 5-year deal. When they asked me before he signed the 5-year deal, some people asked me, how long do you think the deal would be? I said like 4, and I said 3 because you have a team that's in a win now mode. This ain't a team that's just sitting out. Oh, we're gonna continue. No, they're in a win now mode, and with the pedigree that Mike McCarthy has and the guys that he has brought in with the repertoire and the stuff that they have on their back that they're bringing to the table, nobody's going to be sitting here being patient, waiting, for this thing to figure it out. That's why they got Mike McCarthy. So that's why I said he's going to have pressure too. It ain't going to be just no honeymoon thing where Mike McCarthy comes in. No, he got to come in and win.
Yeah, he mentioned that too.
He sure did, man. Sure.
Yeah,
I mean, don't y'all think?
I mean,
if you look at our offensive line,
we're not
I know we're
rebuilding
young.
though. Yeah, you don't bring in Mike McCarthy to rebuild. I think that's kind of established at the first of all, it was established when he got hired, but it was established at that press conference. They talked about coming in and wanting to get off bat right away, getting off to a fast start, and I think he compared him to Kansas City coach Andy Reid. He said he wants him to be like Andy Reid, but faster. He wants it to be a little bit faster. When he went to Kansas City, he had instant success, and then eventually won a Super Bowl. But Jerry wants it to be a little bit faster. So yeah,
Jerry,
it's.
Jerry had all of the patience in the world for Jason. Yeah,
because that's what we used to call him. James. It's his son.
Yeah, son.
That's like his son, man.
It was
Big Game James said, like, come on, man, stop mentioning his name.
but it was. I mean, we all knew. And think about what it's just kind of, it felt kind of good for confirmation when we had Jesse Holly on, right?
Right.
When we were talking about how it was all about Jerry bringing a young guy saying, and that's what I felt from the very beginning when he brought Garrett on and saying, this is my young prodigy. This is the guy that I'm going to grow. This is the guy that I'm going to have get to the Super Bowl, and I'm going to be able to look back and say, I did this because I got the young guy. When everybody was out there, I got the young guy, and we did it. And guess who found him? It was me. And that's what it came back down to. And that's why I felt like Jerry held on as long as he did, because he wanted to see this thing out, because he wanted to say, I did it. Now it's like, guess what, dog? I'm older, man. We need to win. These fans ain't shutting up. We need to win. Let me get somebody, because that's what he did with Parcells. The fans start chanting and chanting and chanting, and he said, "All right, let me get a veteran, so y'all shut the hell up."
Right.
No, I mean,
Real talk.
I think after I think he even mentioned, if I'm not mistaken, he didn't want to start over. He didn't want to have a head coach. I didn't want a college one either. Never coached in the NFL, doesn't know the way of the NFL, and that's you have to groom him again like a Jason Garrett.
Mm-hmm.
And I just, man, it was just a terrible hire. No, because here's why it was a terrible hire, because of the closeness. You were too close.
Mm-hmm.
It's a conflict of interest. Because
Had his
anybody
family
else
the
would have
whole
got rid of him
time.
after 5 years, James.
Somebody in the Garrett family had been with Jerry since the whole time.
The whole time.
So
Wow.
that's all family, and it's hard to just cut your son, and
Yeah.
that's what it is. So now you ain't got your son, you got somebody who ain't your son, and who's got a pedigree. And I'm telling you, McCarthy, I love you, dog, but you're going to have to get this pedigree popping because when you look at the years of the offensive line, they're in prime years and ain't got much longer.
But don't you think he knows that? That's why he hired all those experiments.
I know. That's why he said he wanted a guy who's already in the foxhole. I'm talking about McCarthy. Come in here and
that's what I'm saying, McCarthy.
Happen.
I'm saying, don't you think he knows that pressure is there because he hired all those experienced coaches? If he was looking to go the slow route, I don't know that he brings in Joe Philbin, Jim Tomsula, Robinson, Edwards.
Would you though either though, Sky? If you were an older coach, are you gonna be bringing all these young dudes in? You ain't gonna really do that either, though.
That's what I'm saying. He knows that off the rip. He knows I'm not bringing in guy. Now the guy he did keep that was young was Kellen Moore.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It was Kellen Moore. But if you go look at, I think it's the coach over there in Carolina. I think he's got a lot of young guys he's brought in the fold.
Yeah, they're gonna go through a lot of growing pains.
Yeah,
because you know how it is though, Sky. Let me ask you. I'm gonna ask you, Sky and Law, this. Like, if you're a young coach, right? It's kind of hard for me if I was a young coach to get a lot of old guys because they'll feel it's that I'm older than you and I've already done this and I got this younger dude trying to tell me what to do. You get what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying, but I don't know. Does it work that way in the NFL?
That does happen.
Let's look at
because there's a lot of young coaches that.
What's this the Rams? They went and got Phillips. It worked for a year. So
I mean,
I'm not saying you ain't gonna get some. I'm saying you're not gonna. I feel like you're not gonna have the majority of older people because sometimes the younger coaches wants that experience to help teach, but the older guys, who maybe been head coaches, they start feeling some kind of way about the younger coach. You get what I'm saying? And then sometimes it doesn't work that way, and you have that friction right there. Whereas an older coach who's already been there and done that, and he's got a maybe established team, he's coming with them older guys because he ain't got time to play around. And I ain't got a time to be worrying about you young boys and teaching you the way when I got to win now.
Yeah, and that's what Darren Woodson kind of touched on when they brought in Barry Switzer for the head coaching position. I know I'm going all the way back, but for those who didn't realize that there was coaches that was on that tree from Jimmy was like, hey, where's my shot at? Where's my opportunity at? You bring in a coach who never coached in the NFL from the college area. Where's my time in the sun? So I feel what you're saying. But
as a young coach, you'd be a damn fool to hire all young staff members. And a lot of the most successful young coaches that have done it, John Gruden, the cat in Pittsburgh, McVay, look at their staffs. It has veterans throughout the staff, and we're thinking maybe the big names like the DCs and OCs, but it's not chock full of young guys. I get what you're saying in like life, but in the NFL, a job's a job, fam. You ain't gonna turn down a job to go coach the Cowboys. You know what? That coach is only 38. I'm not playing for him. Dog, if he offering you a contract,
that. I'm not. I understand all that.
But
I guess I understand what y'all I'm saying. So we'll go.
Yeah. I disagree with it in the coaching position, but I agree with it in life. Like, nigga, look at me. I'm older than you. I know
but
more
I'm saying
than you.
It
blah,
does
blah,
happen.
blah
Them older coaches do feel that way. If you had a younger guy and you've already been a head coach, that's why it gets harder for those older guys. It does. I mean, you've seen an NBA. It's not like it does not happen, but I'm saying when I've seen it in the NFL, it does seem to be friction. I've seen it off the air with some of these guys with other NFL teams and NBA teams.
We've seen the reverse. We've seen the sabotaging of a young coach to an old coach. We've experienced that here in Dallas. We got a phone call.
No.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. No.
You know how many times I catch myself? Y'all don't understand how many times I catch myself. Because we get to
shame on her.
Because we get to talk.
Try to play games on her.
We just talk. We talk and we forget. But
shame on her.
Shame on him.
409, man. What's on your mind?
Hey, what's up, y'all?
What's going on?
What up?
All right, not much, bro. Just kind of chiming in. What y'all talking about the coaches? And I was kind of looking at Broadus with y'all the other night. Kind of came full circle because that was really when I got into just watching the Cowboys when Broadus. When I'm watching the Cowboys, but getting into the coverage and getting online and following just news and updates when Broadus got on because he brought real insight before the people they had would just kind of talk about
the staff writer.
Yeah. And then as time went on, they just didn't produce a lot of content. And then, so that's when I ran across, Law Nation and Big Game James back in 14 and all that, and just see that these guys would drop content every day. You know, I wouldn't have to wait a week to, get content, because you got some real people who, like they fiend on this content. You know what I'm saying? That's, fanaticism. You know what I mean? And so the thing about the Cowboys, it's just so much fanaticism that is allowed to have such a big media coverage. And that's one thing I didn't really like about the Mickey Spagnolas. I felt like they didn't really appreciate the fans just drive for just wanting the content, and it's kind of a thing, you know what I mean? And so, because that's who's gonna make you. Your following is just, about, and that's why I see you guys having so much success, because y'all are passionate about what you do. I see those guys on their, website. They seem like they just, we got to talk about this shit again. You know what I mean? So, and I think that's about the coaching. That just drives any field and profession. Like, if you're passionate about what you do, if somebody ain't got to pay you, if somebody ain't got to keep tabs on you, what you're passionate about, you're gonna produce great content or whatever, and you're just gonna kill the competition. And not to just boast y'all up like that, but like, y'all see the numbers y'all doing. Y'all see the numbers y'all doing. So, I mean, when it comes down to it, you just got to be passionate about what you're doing. I didn't feel that from Garrett. I mean,
he preaches passion.
Yeah, I mean, you can preach passion, but you could, like, was he gonna stay up as long as Bill Belichick? You know what I'm saying? Was he gonna put in the time as long as Bill Belichick to scheme up something to beat Aaron Rodgers for the third or fourth time? You know what I mean? So
yeah, he's archaic. JG was archaic. So I don't know.
So I mean, I hear the age, and I hear well, it's the young coaches, it's the old scheme. It's not. It's just about who's passionate. It don't matter your age. It don't matter about how long you've been doing it. It's just about the people in there grinding. And we just didn't have coaches who could outgrind the next set of coaches, and that's just been our problem.
All right, man. We're gonna let
all right, man. Y'all go ahead, man.
We're gonna let some more get in here. All right. Appreciate you.
All right. Sure.
Yeah, I think we got Jersey on the line. Oh, Jersey just hang on. So never mind. Y'all wild in these damn chats.
Y'all. I love y'all. I mean, it's just wow. Y'all wild, man. Y'all got issues. Y'all got problems, and something's wrong with all y'all.
Hey, Vox, call in here, Vox.
What he say? What he said?
I want to call in.
Call in. When you see 832,
I got him saved. I got him saved. Got him saved. 856, what up?
Yo, so it's the Ninja.
The Ninja, what's going on, man?
What up? What up? What up?
Yo, hey, so are we comfortable with how Jalen progressed from 18 to 19?
No.
Right?
No, we're not.
In 18, he couldn't. He was good side to side. He just wasn't good north and south, right?
I think he was fine. I mean, could he improve? Yes. I think all around he was a good player. 2019.
I thought in north and south he's better than side to side. My personal opinion.
Yeah. I think I flipped a little bit. I think side to side was the issue in 18 because the knee was still kind of coming together.
They played Jalen too much in coverage last year, man. To me, him trying to trail and go upfield and Trevor, and he just tried to do too much. And we saw in 2018 when he was, I guess it was Tampa Bay Buccaneers game, pick up that fumble, scoring stuff like that, man. That's the Jalen we like.
Yeah, we
Is
lost.
he still on the call?
No, we lost connection on the Ninja. But
we might have.
He called right back.
No, that ain't him. That's 409. Yeah. Another 409.
Got that new 409.
But real quick, let's kind of finish up on Jalen. Do I think Jalen Smith, showed progression? What do we? Yeah, he lost connection. Somebody else is hung up. What do we think of his progression? I don't know that there was any to 2019, and I think that's what we're all talking about.
In my opinion.
Yeah, was it like massive? I don't know that it was massive, but it was enough to where it was like, all right, we need you to step back up. And it's crazy because he was a Pro Bowler, but we know that could be politics. That could be politics. And I'm not ragging on Jalen because I think Jalen Smith has the ability to be one of the best linebackers in the game. He showed that to us in 2018. I don't think he was that in 2019.
We shall see.
See.
We will see.
I worry about. I don't know.
So mad. I don't have. You know what's crazy? I had a Vach Lombardi the call-in line ready. I had
What
it,
happened?
but I forgot to upload it, man.
Oh,
But,
okay. You can give him a direct.
Yeah,
Oh,
I have
okay.
I have his own custom.
But
we got him on the
custom
line,
like
though.
imagery, though.
We got him on the line. What up, Voch?
okay.
Man, listen, man. I was just sitting back minding my own business.
Right.
And I don't like to come on and talk about shows that ain't mine, you know, because I run my show a certain kind of way, and I let others run their show however they want to run it. I hate to get involved.
Indeed.
It's not my business. But I noticed that every time y'all have beautiful women on your show, and they come on and say, they can say anything. They can just say anything.
Don't say it about
Big
Danny.
Game James last night. Lawn Big Game James last night made me sick. They act like they never talked to an Instagram model. They was laughing at all this joke. They was just, man, that was, wow, she knows boxing. Boy, that's impressive.
You see how you do it? Listen, dog.
What she
It was
know
at the
about Triple
end.
G? First of all, man, you know, man,
Yeah.
women watch Cowboys too, man. You shouldn't be blown away that beautiful women know they cowboy. It seems like she knew who Bradley and I was when he was from Hawaii, something that's easily Googleable. Y'all lost your mind.
Here he go. Here he go.
I knew it. I knew it was
Can
coming.
I say something, though? Can I say something to be fair?
Talk
Can
to
I
him.
just say something to be fair?
Yeah.
I'd have been laughing with you. I ain't gonna lie. I'd have been laughing. Hey, let me tell you something, man. She. I'm sure she got a big closet with a lot of clothes. I'm sure the whole wardrobe was calculated. That wasn't no
I said
accident.
the
how she got
same
on
thing
that
before the show, fam. I said she know what she doing.
She know what
good
she
people.
doing.
That
Don't
wasn't no
just know what
daggone accident. That wasn't no accident how she got on camera. She's trying to get some followers. I see what she's doing.
Yeah.
doing. But,
Yeah, we had
y'all
that
was
talk.
just-
Yeah, we talked about this early off air. See, I wasn't here yesterday,
Mhm.
but you know, y'all know me. I
We
keep the
talked
damn
about
shit
it.
moving. Y'all would have been mad at me as no, Sky, go back to the volleyball. Sky, go back to the volleyball and the bouncing. I'd have been like, no, listen,
Yeah.
bro, we gonna get back on this cowboy train.
Cause Voch, do you play volleyball? You play volleyball?
Hell
Do you
no.
play volleyball? But you
Listen,
play
let me tell
today
you between
though, huh?
Voch and y'all.
You would have played that day, though,
Let me
right?
tell you
Played that day.
between Voch
Yeah,
and
he would
y'all.
have played.
Let me tell you the difference between Voch and y'all, right? She was up there. She was like, yeah, we can play volleyball and everybody can wear booty shorts, right? She was like, I'll wear them and you guys can wear some booty shorts too.
She
I
said
saw
that?
James thinking about
Yeah.
it. Yes, she said that. Yes, she said that. I saw James thinking about it. You
Yeah,
know, well,
right,
you know,
dude.
when I
That was
saw
the first one that
James
said
Harden,
no. Shush up.
Oh, come on, fam. Come on,
Hush
fam.
up.
Y'all let her get away with murder. Y'all
Hush
didn't ask
up.
the tough questions, man. Y'all didn't ask about Ben DiNucci. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Y'all ain't say nothing about Ben DiNucci. Y'all ain't want to put her in a tough spot,
Hey.
man.
Yeah, hey, you know
I'm-
what?
that's
Maybe,
y'all, man.
maybe you're right, but who cares?
Hey,
Everybody loved it,
But listen,
and
man.
probably everybody else was
Listen,
lying
man.
on Twitter too when they were saying that all the great compliments they gave. Maybe they was lying too.
But listen, James. But James, this why I'm phony, right? This why I ain't shit. Because I went right to Instagram and followed her.
everybody did.
So it worked. It worked.
It worked
It
for her.
worked. It worked. That was the
I
whole
was talking all
plan.
that stuff and hit.
That was-
It look and hit.
That was
Follow.
the whole plan. You know, it worked.
Hey,
You
listen, man.
clicked on it.
Listen,
You
man,
went
I
to
was
her
just
page.
scrolling out like, boy, you don't like the Cowboys. She loved the Cowboys. Look at this picture. Boy, she was at that game. Look at that game she was at. I was just looking at all her little pictures. I understand.
So, Bot, you
I
already know
understand.
the setup then, right? So when we live like 95 at the Cowboys, one of those experience type of
Experiences. You already
situations,
know.
you already know who's
You already
gonna
know.
be there, right?
Oh man, y'all
You already know.
crazy, man.
I guess. Listen, man. Cowboy XP is supposed to be a family-oriented event. I hope she don't wear the wrong clothes at that thing, and them old people start to looking at her crazy. You know what I'm talking about?
You know
But
she will.
She can come out for the football game though, you know. And it's some creeps in the chat box, boy. Y'all
Oh,
just want her to play.
Listen, fam.
Y'all want her to come. Y'all want her to play D-line and center immediately. Y'all some creeps in the chat box, man.
But Bot, you didn't hear what she said. She said she don't want to play defense. She want to play offensive line. So somebody got to coach them up.
Listen,
Hey,
man.
hey,
Bryce Lombardi.
Law with the setup there.
Mm-hmm.
Let me say something, man. I just happen to have been an offensive line coach for 6 years of my life. I know the tricks of the trade. We can figure something out. That's all I'm saying. But I just didn't like how y'all just complied to everything that let us just bark on
you
y'all
know
one
what?
time.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Smiling all big like y'all in high school again. Y'all old men. Come on now. But it was a great
dogs.
show.
Go on,
I do
man.
get
Get back in the
that.
chat, man.
Listen, man, let me just offer something for you guys before
What's
you
up?
leave, man. Let me just offer this before I go. I kind of want y'all to ask Broadus, but Law didn't look at his phone or whatever. But do y'all think Mike McCarthy's running back situation structure deal this year, right? Because when he was in Green Bay, he kind of had like 4 up. John Coon would do Coon things, like Kyle Montgomery do pass catch. Starks to be second guy, and Cheeseburger Lacey will be main carry dude. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think we can do something like that to where Tony would be Ty, and like Rico Dowdle could be second running back, Zeke will be Cheeseburger, and I'm going for the undrafted kid from TCU, Shea Wood, Lonnie Lua, to be my fullback. I'm tired of Jameis Olawale and his pass dropping and his not looking for the football and his not blocking. So I'm ready to move on from him. Do y'all think that Mike McCarthy could do something with a 4 running back situation like he did in Green Bay? Plus, he has 3 receivers that he never had back in the day when he was coach. I'll let y'all touch on that.
All right, man. Appreciate you, Voch.
Appreciate you, big dog.
For sure.
Yeah. Man, Voch is funny, man. That's a good question, though. Well, let's just go right to the question. I don't see it being a 4-man thing because Ezekiel Elliott is like 4 men. What I hope it is, though, is at least a damn 2-man because Tony Pollard's too good to be off the field. The fullback, I agree. I'm ready to move on from Jameis. I like him. I think he has he had potential to be a factor, but they didn't use him the right way. And then the thing is, when your opportunity gets called in a situation like that and you fail like you did those 2 times, you pretty much lost Cowboys Nation. So unless he somehow looks miraculous in training camp, I'm ready to move on from him. But I think it's going to be, or it should be. I don't know that it's going to be because we've heard and we saw when he had Eddie Lacy, it wasn't no 4-man. It wasn't a 4-man thing. You saw James Jones. Yeah, James Jones said, listen, we need to throw the damn ball. Stop running into Eddie Lacy. So I really hope and pray they do not bury Tony Pollard. I'm not hearing too much from the coaches, so it got me a little worried. But it has to be a 2-man game. It has to be, y'all. And y'all can't be like, oh, well, because we ain't going to have enough touches for Zeke then. Listen, I'm not saying TP is Zeke, but I'm saying the fall off ain't far when it comes to him getting the ball and making plays. That's what I'm saying.
This might be the blessing in disguise for Ezekiel Elliott because his new coaching staff, they're going to understand and say, okay, we're not going to give all of these snaps to him. And I feel what you guys were saying with Jameis Olawale, but I just think that with this particular coaching staff, not Mike McCarthy, I'm more so looking at Skip Pete. I think that he will be able to utilize Jameis Olawale's skill set. But if the TCU kid can come in here and make a presence, then we'll see. The only problem is that there's no training camp right now. There's no rookies training camp. So those guys, those new guys, are going to be behind the 8 ball, if I can say that. If you guys can understand what I'm saying.
You think Jameis or you mean the rookie?
The rookie TCU, because I know football, like as it relates to running back, is the easiest position to transition over to, but nevertheless, experience is everything. And
what's crazy, Law, about Jameis? At the beginning of the year, we thought we were going to use him in a different way. He ran that wheel route in the first game against the Giants, and I think Dak threw it to him, but it wasn't going to be complete. The coverage wasn't too bad, but if he got it to him a little earlier, and I was like, oh, we're using Jameis downfield. I like that because he's like an H-back tight end, fullback type, and then we stopped using him. So maybe it's not Skip Pete. Maybe it's Kellen Moore that doesn't have the shackles on it. His shackles on my feet. Maybe without the shackles, he'll use Jameis. But we'll see. I hope he opens up TP.
I think it's going to be just like Scott Walker said. It's going to be a 2-man thing. There's no point in you. I mean, I see you got all this. You already got 3 dogs at receiver. You got a Blake Jarwin. Zeke is already. I seen some videos where he's in shape. I think he's really motivated. I think Ezekiel Elliott takes things personal. He still feels like he's one of the best running back in the game, and now everybody's talking about Christian McCaffrey. Everybody's talking about
do like me some
Saquon
McCaffrey.
Barkley's, your boy from the Cleveland Browns. What's his name? Who's the running
Chubb.
back out there?
Chubb, yeah.
Chubb. Nobody's talking about Zeke like that anymore. You feel me? And I think I know Zeke is a competitor, so he's taking that personal. And I think he's going to have a really good year. Not an 1,800-yard year, but I think he's going to have a 1,400-something yard year, in my opinion. And I do still think Tony Pollard is going to be a factor. I think Tony Pollard is going to be even more a factor because I think Mike McCarthy is going to push a Tony Pollard. And I think he's going to give the freedom, as bouncing off what Skywalker said, he's going to give Kellen Moore that freedom. And it's the second year with Kellen Moore. That first year he was a rookie. This is his second year, so he understands a little bit more about the NFL now and what to do and how he can move Tony Pollard and how he can put him in better situations.
Yeah.
So I feel like you're going to see a lot more Tony Pollard this year, and let it be a two-man thing. We don't need to spread it out. You got two dogs. Why do everything else when you got two animals, two young animals? Feed them young animals and let them work.
I'm talking about right there. You need to get a clue bomb.
Hey ho!
Yes,
See,
indeed.
I usually try to ignore stuff like this, y'all, but Drew, he says, bruh, Dak is going to suffer, and they will be forced to work the hell out of Zeke. Dak is no Aaron Rodgers. Facts. Drew, I usually ignore comments like this. I really do, because that literally there was no substance. What do you mean? First of all, what do you mean he's going to suffer? Second of all, he's no Aaron Rodgers. Okay, he's Captain Obvious there. But so what do you mean he's going to suffer? How the hell do you suffer with Zeke, TP, Blake Jarwin, Gallup, Cooper, that offensive line, and CeeDee Lamb?
And you had a number one offense with Jason Garrett, and now you're bringing Mike McCarthy. What's going on there, bud?
I don't normally go in on these kind of things, but I'm confused, y'all. Help me out.
Good old
I think we're all confused on that one.
You know,
is Dak signed yet?
Yeah.
Is Dak signed? What does that have to do?
It might
with
be a
anything,
Jaguars
man?
guy if you say something like that.
He said, "Is Dak signed yet?" No, he's tagged.
He's tagged,
and he didn't sign yet.
Oh,
What does
man.
that have to do with him?
Do this?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
But this, I'm trying to incorporate him.
I feel you.
Well,
We're gonna do this, guy.
We've been an hour and 7 minutes, and we haven't mentioned Dak Prescott until now. So let's go ahead and peel the Band-Aid off. Let's talk about it then. The Dak Chronicles. You know.
Well, no, I don't want to get too far. I don't think we got your opinion on the running back situation. Do you think it's going to? Can we do a 4-man backfield? I definitely don't think it's going to be 4-man because they don't need to. But how do you think they're going to deploy him here?
I think they're going to keep most of those wide receivers. I love the wide receivers that we have in the lineup opposed to the 4 running backs. And I look at the type of system that the West Coast is, right? Offense. And then I look at the fact that Mike McCarthy, he can utilize those wide receivers, and don't sleep on the tight end. I do like the fact that you said about Jameis Olawale being the H-back situation. I remind people a long time and a lot of times that McCarthy, he coached and he played, tight end when he first started. So I think that that situation would be the best way to go with it.
I should have asked Vox while he was on here. Y'all tell me the TCU running fullback, is he more of a fullback? Because that's who Mike McCarthy
He's like a combo.
used.
He's like a combo guy, in my opinion.
Because remember John Kuhn? He loved him some John Kuhn in Green Bay, and that definitely not Jameis. That's not his game. So I don't know if they're going to use him in that way. And hell, man, he made the old regime gave him that 3-year deal, right?
Yeah.
This regime.
What did you say?
What
was the word that Brian Wallace was using? What's the word? What was he?
Brian?
With the old regime, he was using
sponsor.
The sponsor. Yeah, the sponsor is gone.
I like that. He said that was the old sponsor.
Yeah, the sponsors is gone, man. Hey, we got somebody that has been on this line holding, man. Hey, we appreciate your holding, man. Who we got on the line? Nine Dime. What up?
What up with you?
For your mind.
Hey,
For your mind.
Yeah, Vach over here hating on the female fan base.
Tell him.
Get him.
Hey, yo,
Thank you.
big
Back
gang.
us up,
Now
please.
I said hate is confused admiration.
Feel me,
For the
dog.
nation,
man.
baby.
Feel me. I thank you.
For
I
the
thank you
nation.
came on
The
here, brother.
hate is
Tell
confused admiration for the nation.
them the hate is
Yeah.
real, dog.
And you always supposed to schmooze the ladies. You know, you
But
gotta
he was
schmooze
so
them, you know.
right. Y'all was cheesing and grinning, boy. I ain't never seen Big Game and Law. Me and
Man,
my shorty was kicking back. And she was looking at the pictures. She was like, "Wow, she's beautiful." I was like,
man,
"Look
I
at them
can't
two."
stand
Probably was
you.
like, she
I
alright.
can't
Cheesing
stand
and
you.
grinning.
I cannot stand you right
Yeah.
now.
I mean, and you gonna throw the compliment and then snatch it back.
Yeah, he
You
gonna
know,
he
who
gonna
does
make
that?
us feel good in
Nine
this.
dime gonna
How you gonna do us
Hey,
like that, dog?
yeah,
You
he gonna
supposed to
say,
ride the
yeah,
whole
yeah,
call.
yeah,
You're supposed to
yeah.
stay with it the whole
Nah, y'all
call.
can't
Yeah,
have
dog,
the
we supposed to go in the
slow
comment
visual
section.
while we watching it.
Who's that fan?
You can't
But
switch up like
piggyback
that,
on
man.
Our homeboy Brian Broaddus, you know what I'm saying?
B.
He brought up to attention that Connor Williams been trying out at that center, and that was
what
very
you think
intriguing.
about that?
Yeah.
That is a great move. I mean, we know he light in the booty, man.
Yeah, I
he's
don't,
an
He got lower
outside.
base power though,
Yeah.
you know.
I don't want to see him.
He
at
got
center.
lower base power, but maybe him just being right beside Travis all those years, he picked up a few pointers. You feel me? And it's just going to add depth in that aspect. And I would like to talk, piggyback on Law with the tight end situation. I believe we're going to be heavy with the tight end. Because Mike McCarthy, if you go back with J. Michael Finley, like he loves those tight ends.
He got one.
He
I made a
loves them.
video
He don't
about
pound
it.
that middle of the
saying
field.
I made a video a few months ago when we hired Mike McCarthy, and we were looking into the. This was before we signed Blake, and I kind of advocated like, hey, I don't think we need to go out in free agency and sign a tight end because I think if you go look at the style of tight end that McCarthy likes, it's here. It's an athletic guy that can get upfield, that has good hands, and you look at Michael Finley, athletic, can get up the field. Look at what's the cat from the Saints? Jimmy Graham, athletic,
Cook.
can get up the field.
And
Look at
Cook
Cook,
and Graham.
athletic, can get up the field, and that's literally what he is. The difference is he just white. That's the only difference.
right.
Yeah.
And this is why I
That's
love
it.
tight
And Blake-
ends.
Blake
I
can
was-
go, though.
Yeah.
Blake can go.
Yeah.
Blake-
Blake
That-
used to be
hey,
a wide
that-
receiver,
man.
Oklahoma.
See, people
Exactly.
don't understand.
Both-
They got
both
that Aaron
go.
Rodgers.
Yeah.
There was an
Both
Aaron
Blakes.
Rodgers kid, the tight end Aaron Rodgers over there. He had a good season over there too. He got like
Mhm.
50, 60 catches too. So he knows what he's doing with those tight ends.
And this is why I like tight ends, fam.
definitely.
Nine dime. I want our tight ends to play so well that it forces you to get that linebacker up out of there, and you're gonna have to bring in another safety.
For
or another
sure.
guy. That's what I want because that's
And
what we
with them
didn't do.
crossing
we didn't
routes.
dictate that. Yeah, on the cross route, we kept 9. They kept 8, 9 men in the box, and we didn't control that by utilizing our tight end. And everything that you need to know
Silly
about
stuff,
that was
man.
this
Silly.
one place. There's one place on this. There's one play on the Saints game when they had those big boys in the body in the box. And that Jarwin
Yeah.
killed we
Mhm.
killed them with Jarwin up the seam. That was all day. We just didn't
Yeah.
go back to it. But go ahead.
That
Go
was
ahead.
all day.
Mm-hmm.
But Brian was talking about our 6'4" cornerback, Mr. Chris Westry.
Yeah, said he
Westry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he tightened them hips. How about bulk him up a little bit and move him out to safety? If he tightened them hips
Can-
like
can
that,
he-
he's 6'4".
Have you seen him? But he's like a stick. I don't know. He gonna have to put. Whew, that's gonna be a lot of.
Hey, if you see him up close, big dog, because I said I would still want to see what he looks like, but it is the truth. When Brian Broaddus said he's all legs, when you see him up close, he is all legs, but he has that long reach. If they could just figure out something with, because he can swallow. There was a couple plays at training camp where he was swallowing Randall Cobb because he's so damn big. I just wish they could
So
find
is he
something.
a
for
size of
him.
like a shooting guard, big game?
Yeah,
Like a
dog.
small
He's like
shooting guard?
so. Like if you're
Okay.
watching basketball, yes, you're looking at one of them leggy, like small forward types, lanky, them leggy, long,
Mhm.
lanky.
And he's
just
6'4",
legs.
so he probably like John Wall.
He's 6'5". If
Yeah,
you
but
go to his
got legs and
combine,
long arms.
he's 6'5" on his combine, and you know
Right.
when they do him at the combine, it's without shoes.
He should have changed positions.
Yeah, he just need.
Oh,
And
yeah,
then he
he's
got. He
6'5",
would
yeah.
have to play the free because you don't want to have him. In
Nah, he
Dallas.
too little, man. Like
yeah, I
he,
want him at it free.
he would have to put on. I mean, he'd have to do like a whole year and a
He's not
half
getting
of
like 20 pounds.
just eating and go live on a farm and just lift hay
But here's the good thing about it
He's a
was that
gazelle. He can run. He can run.
But
can't
the
turn
guard
it.
said he
about
don't
it
play
is-
that
yeah.
fast.
He can run. Yeah.
He run a 40.
but you can. Here's the thing: it's still that practice squad.
Yeah,
I love y'all brothers. Y'all keep it up.
appreciate you,
Love
man.
you too, big dog.
This is my time because I know that law line, that hotline is going crazy right now.
Yeah, they was in there.
Yeah, we hit.
They was in there. All right, man. Appreciate you.
Appreciate you, big dog.
So, yo, keep the female fan base coming once a week.
All
Eye
day,
Candy
all day.
Cowboys.
We got more. We got more. trips
Eye
across
Candy
the way.
Cowboys, man.
Yeah,
The next
no.
direction,
See,
we gotta
that's
get a
what you're supposed to
cowgirl
do now.
cheerleader, you know what
Now
I'm
build
saying?
us back up. Yeah, build us back up because you broke us down. Now you got to leave off building us back
Oh
up.
no! We gonna keep the pressure on you. We gonna keep the pressure on you. We gonna keep the
well,
pressure
that's the
on
only
you.
way.
'Cause y'all boys was Jesus. I was like, oh, look at them. They are so happy. I was letting you slide. My shorty wanted who got you. Like, boy, look at they got the glow in the eye. They got the glow in the eye.
I
Shout out
can't
to you,
stand it.
shout out to you,
Bye.
Natasha. I see
Bye.
Natasha
I
in
ain't
the chat
mad
box
at
with
you.
the flames.
I got
Bye.
nothing to love
James is funny. James, I think.
Yeah, yes, peace and victories. Shout out to Natasha, man. She in the chat box. That's one of the. See, we got ladies watching this show. Shout out to her. She got the flames out there. She know her football too.
Y'all funny, man. Y'all funny.
I gotta give y'all the Michael Irvin laugh.
And yeah, and you saying he, right? And Booth ain't like he hell.
Hey,
About that
Booth
guy.
ain't have- She already
Shout out
had
to
pressure.
Boothang.
Yeah, Booth. Yeah,
Boothang. Look, I tell you this right now.
But
a
here's
lot
the
of
thing,
people-
Boothang
Boothang was out there in
great.
Oxnard. Tell them about the big game, James. She know her stuff.
Yeah, Boothang was out there helping us. She was filming, recording for us when we was out up top. Because we needed that top view.
Slow down. I ain't coming at Booth thing about none of that.
Oh no,
Oh,
no,
okay,
no,
okay,
no,
okay.
no,
Okay.
we good. Oh,
You know what I'm saying?
we all
You know.
good with that. Boothang was
I'm
in there
just messing with you,
regulating,
man.
No, you good. I'm good. We good. Boothang good.
We
She
got
know what's up.
267 on the line. What up, 267?
Yo, what's good, fellas? It's Fatimus Prime, yo.
What up, Prime?
Hey, what up, dog?
What's good with y'all, man? How y'all?
Hey,
We
man,
good,
we
man.
good now. You on here?
Oh yeah.
All right. Yo, quick, real fast before I get into the whole football thing. I think I mentioned in the chat box, BGJ. Yo, old girl, my wife need one of them Boothang t-shirts, fam. So
I
so
know. I
tell
told her,
wife,
dog.
you know,
I
Mhm.
told her we gonna get that popping for you, but it might have to be like Boothang too.
all right, cool. Listen.
No, just playing.
No, just
Listen,
make it
listen,
Boothang,
just I-
man.
I
Yeah.
got you. I'm Boothang.
Yeah, just let me know because she was on that joint, man. So,
Boothang
you
as
know what I mean?
well.
Definitely need one. And she said she need that. So,
I got you.
but yo,
I
check it
got
out
you.
though, man. Yo, I appreciate you for sure. But yo, check it out, man. With the whole football thing, man. I don't think people are hype enough for Blake Jarwin right now, man. I don't think we hype enough for him, man. Like we finally got the tight end that's going to have opportunities that like no other tight end other than Jason Witten has had before. Because you got to think about it. And Long, we talked about this before with JG and company always trying to fit square holes in a round pegs or however you want to call it. You know, we had tight ends that could do the same thing that Blake Jarwin does, but never got the opportunity. Like think about the Gavin Escobar. Like think about James Hanna. You know what I mean? Even Marty B. Like these are all guys that can stretch the field that never got those opportunities. And now we got Blake
Hey,
Jarwin.
Anthony Fasano.
Facts. Yo, true story.
Dan Campbell.
Hold on.
No Anthony.
Wait a minute, Prime. Wait a minute. Okay, because let me turn my mic back up here.
Yeah, turn them up.
Because
Beam 'em
we're
up.
talking about you naming all them players, right?
Mm-hmm.
All them players besides Blake Jarwin and a little bit of James Hanna. Your boy Jason Witten was in his damn prime. Like you wasn't playing them dudes over Jason Witten early in his career. It was a waste to take Marty B and a Fasano in the second round. It was stupid because you had Jason Witten in his prime, and he was an integral part of the team. You weren't playing
How
him
would that
over
be
him
stupid when you
I
see
just-
these two teams with two tight ends?
because
now
they
that
didn't
be doing
use
well?
them. That's why it's
Well-
stupid.
Well,
Yeah.
that's why I'm saying was stupid on them.
That's what I'm saying. It was
Yeah,
stupid
yeah, and that's a
because
good-
you ain't
no.
using them, and you weren't going to play them
Yeah.
over Jason Witten because they was in his prime. So, but Hannah, Blake Jarwin, yeah, but let's not, what are you going to do with Marty B in 2000 and what was that, y'all?
I think
Five
Marty
or
B.
something.
I think Marty B.
Yeah.
was a scapegoat.
Oh yeah, and I definitely get you with that because Jason Witten, you right, in this prime, he was bona fide. He's bona
All
fide.
you can
Like,
be is,
I get
all
that.
you can be is
But
tight
my-
end too.
Yeah. But my whole thing is like not using these guys to the best of their ability.
Oh yeah, that's a coaching
Like, you
problem
mean,
across the board.
Yeah, and that was my whole twist with it. I mean, why are these guys being used as like not getting at least get them opportunities to get actual targets to the point where they're not just inline blocking all the time? Because let's be real, they talked about James Hannah. They talked about him having 4 or 5 speed, and there was times where they was like he might be one of the fastest guys on the team and all that. You know what I mean, at the tight end position, but never really got the opportunities. And I know he got a little banged up towards the end too. But Gavin Escobar, the same thing. You know what I mean? I ain't saying, oh, these guys should start over Jason Witten. But I'll be honest, though, towards the end, man, even toward like that last season with Gavin Escobar, even with Gavin Escobar that last season he was there, I feel like he should have got more reps than Jason Witten. I'm going to be honest with you. That was around the time when Jason Witten started to decline, right before Gavin Escobar left. But I'm just saying, like, with these guys not getting the opportunities to really showcase their talent. And that's why I was saying, man, what y'all was saying with Jason Garrett, we don't got to worry about that no more, man. We going to see guys really getting opportunities to actually be able to go out and do what they do best. Like I said, we're not going to see guys getting like square pegs and around holes. Like, we're not going to see that no more. So we can rest assured that now, like, you're going to see guys really fulfilling their potential and being put in positions to play the best that they can play. Because like I said, man, we've seen it for years. Yeah. Because I thought about it when you did when you did your piece on the safety, when you were doing the state of the unit. And I'm like, damn, man, and I think somebody brought up like J.J. Wilcox, and that shit drove me crazy as soon as I thought about it, man. I'm like, this is a guy who has strong safety written across his forehead, bro, and we played him as free safety all those years. Like I'm just saying, little stuff like that you're not gonna see no more. And Lord, we talked about this too. You know what I mean? The coaching is upgraded now. The coaching is definitely upgraded now. So we good in that regard. You know what I mean? So I think you just going to see guys just having more opportunities to do what they do best. That's why I say we got to get real excited about Blake Jarwin, though, man, because we're going to actually see a tight end really stretching the field for the first time in a long time.
Yeah, that's my guy.
In a long time.
Blake is my guy, man.
So,
I'm excited for Blake.
Yeah, man. So I just wanted to touch on that real fast about the whole Blake Jarwin piece, man. I really expect him to have a crazy year, man, and I think we got a real one in him. So,
Man, great call, brother. Great call.
Good call.
As always, Brian.
Yeah, man. As always, man. I appreciate the content. Like I said, man. I mean, y'all doing y'all thing. Keep bringing the heat, man. Keep bringing the heat.
You
All right.
No other way, big dog. You know
One
how
way
we do.
or another.
Or
Yeah.
another. My man, get with you,
Sure.
man.
All right. Thanks. All right. Thanks a lot, guys, for taking my call.
Of course, brother. Enjoy
All
your
right,
night.
appreciate you.
Man, let me tell you something. The Cowboys Nation hotline is on fire, powered by the Cowboys
Bro,
Network.
I'm just listening to this chat right now. It's funny over here.
Oh, what they
Look
talking
at
about?
that. Hey, you got to read that one, my dog, Sky. You know, you got to go over there.
I had my phone up. What they talking about?
Yeah, you got to read this one.
You know how we do the one-on-one with me and Vosh, right? With the offensive, the
Yeah.
receiver.
Yeah.
Ooh, we want to see some of that good line play with some Hoken Vach.
Yeah, you got to read this Natasha's super chat right quick.
You got to read it, bro. I can't.
Oh,
can't see
okay,
it.
okay,
Yeah, I
okay,
can't.
cool.
What up, Stephen?
Yeah, she just made the donation for
Oh, I
that
see her.
$9.99 for your mind. You see what I'm saying? What she put down there, you see that?
Yeah, she
No,
said
let's see
females
what
have
you
the
put
best
down.
fan base.
Yes.
I can say they are very very loyal.
Yeah.
Very loyal.
Yeah.
When they love a team, they love hard.
They love. Yeah.
Yeah, we
And
got.
they don't be giving up like dudes like, you know how we get mad. Man, damn it, I ain't even watching y'all tomorrow.
Mhm.
Ladies be on there, they be there. Come on,
Yeah.
boys, we can do it. Oh,
Hey.
what the hell?
Dog, when we lose, my lady, she would go out there and make the best meal possible, rub me on my back and say, baby, it's going to be okay. it's okay. You know what I'm saying?
It hurts, man.
It hurts, man. They
you know
see
what I
the
do?
passion. They see the pain in our veins and our eyes. They see that hate
leave
that
me
we have
alone.
out
After
there.
the game, bro, I put on a damn movie.
Yeah, my boo thing just
I
leave me
don't watch
alone
it.
because she already
But now,
knows.
but now though, we can't do that. I
we can't do
that
it now. We gotta fight now. Look, back in the day, we could go turn that shit off. Now it's as soon as it's over. Look, they in our inbox like, you coming live?
You coming live? No, we
You
called
gonna
the
be
game.
live?
And
You
I
ready
be-
to
I be
talk
having
about
the
this
face,
shit?
You know?
You ready to talk about this shit, dog? Hell no, I want to talk about it. Well, you better get on because the notifications.
Man.
Yeah, she made another donation. She said Cowboys have the best best female fan base. That's what she meant to put. So
Oh
yeah, I thought I put
can
that.
say
fan
that.
base.
Yeah.
I think we can. I think we top everybody, and I think we got the
Um,
prettiest.
Yeah.
We got 409 on the line. What's up, 409?
For your
Another
mind.
409
Turn-
for your mind.
The clean
Turn your radio.
agent.
Or is that me?
Hey, this is. Hey, can y'all hear me?
Yeah, turn your radio down.
I think we're hearing a
turn
little
your
bit
radio
of
down.
a echo though, but go ahead.
Y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Why am I
Hey, this is B
hearing-
Bird, man.
What's up, B Bird? We're hearing a bit of an echo. Trying to see if that's coming from my end or not.
Hey, this is B Bird, man.
What's up, B Bird?
How it sound now?
It's echoing.
You still hear
And
your
I don't know
echo in
why.
the
It
back.
probably not. I don't know if that's you or that's me.
How it sound now? Hey, let me try to call later.
Yeah. Give me a second, B Bird. Yeah, that might be
What you
you or
mean,
that's
Big
me.
Bird?
How it sound now?
Okay.
Hey, let me try to call later.
Yeah.
still-
Give me a second, B Bird. It's still playing like
Yeah,
that.
call right back.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I know what happened. Yeah, I know what happened, B Bird. You come back. Come on back in, B. I know what happened. Yeah. Same thing the other day. Remember, y'all was like, Scott, turn your radio down.
Your radio down. Low
Scott,
down.
turn your radio.
dirty
Hey,
shame.
Scott, I need you to turn your radio down.
Turn your
right
radio
quick.
down, Scott. All right, man. My fault, y'all. Oh, y'all funny in this damn chat.
My goodness,
Man,
man.
I
This
love
is
it in this
live
chat,
like
boy.
95.
Sometimes I could just sit back and
Joe-
listen to y'all.
Joseph said, turn your house down, man.
That's my dog. That's my dog. Botchism.
Nah, that wasn't. That
Botchism.
was my man, B Bird. That was us, brother. That was us.
Young Wilson, man. Thank you for making the donation there.
Yeah. Shout out to the
What up,
donation. I
Young?
haven't
Come over
even- I
here,
don't even know
holla
if
at
they
me,
donate
Young.
over
Not
here.
just,
It's
not
hard to.
just because of that. Just say hi. Come over
Yeah,
here,
Eastside,
Young. Say hi.
appreciate you with the 2. I can't go all the way
Yeah,
back
Eastside
and
gave
see
me
on,
the 2 too.
on
Sorry.
my end. So I'm sorry if y'all donated on my chat. It's trying to do all this. I
Yeah.
didn't catch it.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
Let's kind of just read some of these. Somebody said Rager over Lamb. You a Rager over Lamb? Dog, are you even a cat? Teams
Who
above
said
500
that?
scare
Is
me.
that
I
an
don't think
Eagles
that's
fan?
I don't think that's a
God.
Cowboys fan.
Trolling at its best.
I think we got somebody
Got
coming
an
in now.
iPhone.
Oh, that's me. Damn it!
Yeah.
Come on, dog.
Yeah.
They called
Yeah.
right when I was trying to messing the whole thing up.
Who this is? Drew ate the horse crap. Yeah, the Eagles won the Super Bowl or something. Somebody ate some
Hey,
horse.
469. That's you. Who there? Who that? Who there?
Oh, when you see that 469, you know it's about that time. It's your boy James Reynolds, the fourth out of DeSoto, Texas.
What up, though? Did you hear you drop
Yeah.
What up,
earlier?
dog?
No, I missed it, man. I
Yeah,
missed
had
it.
you,
You
bro.
know, my wife, you know what I'm saying? She had me on cooking duty. You know,
Okay.
so I was
What's
making
on the
late night
menu?
grilled cheeses during the late night hike.
Oh, okay.
I can't just
Okay,
read it,
okay.
man. But go ahead.
Man,
Hey, you need to hit up your
say,
boy. You need to hit up your boy though. You need to
Who
hit
that?
him up.
Man,
Text him, tell him.
I got it. All day I was like, man, my boy gonna be on. He gonna be on Law. He gonna be on late night night. Oh, I mean, baby, you know what I'm saying? I was watching his highlight tapes and all that. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Going
yeah.
back through the memorabilia, the photo. I'm like, oh, it's about to be on. We finna be live like
You
95.
You ain't
And he
heard
don't
nothing.
show up.
You ain't heard nothing, James.
Yeah.
Ain't heard a thing,
He
man.
he
I'm
dropped
like,
it, huh?
I'm trying
He
to
dropped
text
it, huh,
my boy.
fam?
Man, he dropped it like a hot potato. I'm like, God, dog.
Knew that was coming.
I'm going to plead the
Yeah.
fifth. I'm going to plead the fifth. I'm going to plead the fifth.
Man, say, you know, I was going back because I really had one question I really wanted to ask him that I never really got a chance to hit him up about was the Andre Gerard, Albert Hainsworth situation. He was there for that when like Albert Hainsworth like stomped on his face and like cut his
Right.
eye and all that.
Yeah, no,
Like,
Yeah.
I really wanted to get his perspective, you know what I'm saying, on that. There was a couple more things. I know, like, he was, you know, during Hard Knocks, it was Hard Knocks.
Oh, we had a
He was
whole
like
show.
the
We had a whole show for
champ.
y'all, man, on all that
Oh
shit.
man, we had this wet. We had it. Wet. It was gonna look. ESPN was gonna reach out to him and like, you gonna do a 30 for 30 because we saw you on the show with Big Game James and Skywalker and Law. Yeah.
Yeah, we had.
And what's so crazy about it is one thing I wanted to ask him was because we had my guy Walt Chisholm, because they had did a show. Him and Jason Hatcher did a show. My guy Walt Chisholm, and one of the things I wanted to ask him was when Walt was on my show like about a couple weeks ago, he was alluding. He was like, "Well, when Patrick come on your show." He was like, I want you to ask him. He's like, I ain't gonna tell you everything, but he's like, you know, when everybody was talking about how T.O. was saying Jason Witten and Tony Romo's were doing secret plays and everybody was laughing at that shit. He was saying it was really true. They was really in that locker room on the side doing a little side plays. He's like, I ain't gonna say it all. He's like, I want Patrick to say it all to you, but that shit was real.
Yeah.
Man, unbelievable. And I wanted
that
him
shit
to talk
was
about because
real.
Man.
Yeah.
Man, good see, and we missed out. I gotta hit him up. I gotta hit him up.
Get him
you
up, man. Talk about him,
I
man.
work-
Talk about him. Like, look, man. Come on, bro. You got.
man,
you got
come on, bro. Like,
come on, man. Come on, man.
You can't disappoint the late night hype. You know what?
What? Say it again.
Yeah.
You
Because-
can't disappoint the late night hype. You know?
Yeah.
Hey, but and I work, you know, because I teach now at DeSoto. You know what I'm saying? So
Wow.
I still work with Byron Hanspard, who was his running back at DeSoto. When they had me going back and thinking back, like a lot of the NFL players, that talent coming out of North Texas, just Texas as a whole, man, they were producing some top tier talent in that 90s, 2000 era. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's
really true
I mean,
about
just
that.
crazy. Man, you know, like that. And I wanted him to talk about that, but I can't get back on that. You know what I'm saying? I can't get back on that. I mean, the show is still, it's the late night hype. You know what I'm saying? You can't go
no
wrong.
pressure.
You
Yeah.
can't go wrong.
Appreciate your prime.
You know, so that's all I had to say. That's all I had to
Hey,
say.
hey,
you know what I'm saying? I
before you
appreciate
roll
y'all.
and run out of there, what y'all doing over there in DeSoto land? You had Laviscus Chenault to come out of there. You had the Jalen Mills kid.
It's the water.
It's the water. What's going on over there, man?
It's the water.
hey, hold on. I'm gonna tell you like this, because I don't
Texas, we
know
just
if I
different.
said this before. I grew up. When I say grew up, I'm talking about Pee Wee football with Von Miller. You know what I'm saying? Like we DeSoto Jaguars, DeSoto Titans, East Junior High, West Junior High, high school. It's I don't know,
But
I
football's
know
life.
that-
You know it. Football's life. Football's life.
I mean, and it's some. And what's crazy is it's some cats, and we all got these stories. People we know that was better than the dudes that was in the NFL during their younger time. You know what I'm saying? That's like, man, that dude should have been in the NFL. You know what I'm saying? It was a powerhouse. But what I would say is we dealt with what the Cowboys dealt with for the last 10 years. Bad head coaching, you know what I'm saying? But they got a system. They got a system out there, and like, you know, I see these guys. I teach biology, so they have me subbing, you know, going in and talking to them about like the diet and, you know, like getting rest and all this other type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? They are creating a system to generate these players. You know, so it's happening. The next guy to check out, Byron Hanspard Jr. coming out of Baylor, cornerback. You know what I'm saying? So he's gonna be next to Soto Prodigy to keep that legacy going. I ain't gonna take up too much of your time. Y'all keep doing it, you know what I'm saying? Keep holding it down. I'm sorry for being so loud, baby. I apologize. I'm gonna get off now. All right, y'all. I love y'all. Y'all have a good one.
He got cussed out.
Boo thing over there.
That's a boo thing over there. Now that's
Yeah.
boo thing. That's
Go
a
your
sex
drops,
business.
though.
That's
Look.
what boo things do.
This the
Yes,
drop that I
indeed.
think we had earlier.
If you have not liked this, please like this. Go and share this, because we're talking about pure commentator gold right here, y'all. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to get it nowhere else except one place, the late night hype.
Ooh, we told you I was gonna make it a
Love
drop,
it,
bro.
dog. That's
You
the
make
drop.
that a
Told you,
drop,
man.
I love
That's
that.
the drop.
That's the drop, man. Oh, we had Lunatic too. Let me, because y'all didn't peep earlier. We had Lunatic on here.
Y'all, his drop
Great
was
content.
ridiculous.
Love it. Share, like, subscribe. Let's grow this thing.
Y'all
I
know
mean,
his
you
voice.
Y'all know that
I
voice.
know that voice.
Y'all, we got.
I'm gonna start doing
when
that
Scott,
more
when
often.
Scott put this thing together, man. Wait till y'all hear that shit.
Yeah. I got some more for y'all. Y'all call in and all the love and adulation, as you like to say.
Hey, can we mention some of the things that's gonna be happening next week though?
Yeah, real quick. Because I keep forgetting. I'm looking back into my chat, and Mike was like, "Just read it." But you gotta understand, y'all. I got 2 different things going here. It's everybody's chat. It's mine. So I got Prime with the $2 shout out. Oh, that's my guy. Hold on 1 second. Let me one second. We got
Prime for your mind.
All right, so we got Prime with the $2 donation, and then we got Cowboys Nation 8419 says new coaches equals a new Cowboys dynasty. Mark it down. Appreciate you guys for that. I try to read all the super chats as I can, but you know how I go. But go ahead, man. So what's up next week?
Oh, so next week we might do the duel, right? We gotta see what's up with John Oni.
Yeah, it seems
but next week we got commitment from Dave Hellman. Y'all
Tiny
know
Jim.
Dallas Cowboys, Tiny Jim. I said I hit him up today. I said, well, hey man, I was at the combine, which in 2018 we already had Broadus and Kavanaugh. You just need to be here to make the trifecta. He said, let's rock. So I got in the inbox, hollered at me, said, let's do this. So Tuesday, that's locked down for the late night hype. Mr. Dave Hellman, that's going to be funny because I think he's a funny dude. So we're going to have fun with that. Too. And he's good what he knows. And then John Oni, if that comes in, because Skywalker, I've talked to him. He's been on my show. Me and Skywalker they was on the show at the same time with me back in the day. And so now Skywalker's been talking to him back and forth. And if you haven't heard John Oni, you really need to, because that dude knows his stuff too, especially at the pass rush, the level. So we may do a 5-man thing, right, Skywalker?
Yeah, we have them both on at the same time.
And, yeah, we might have a 5-man thing, and then we're working on another current player.
We'll keep that on the hush, though.
And we keeping that on the hush.
Wait till we get the confirmation.
We don't want to saying that name. No,
we don't want to outspeak our wisdom.
I'm not saying it's it's Dak. I'm just saying I don't ever want to say the current players could be on until we get confirmation.
But it's some things in the works. You feel me?
Yes, indeed.
Some definitely things in work, and we got some more stuff keep coming for you for the late night hype, baby. You know how we doing. The season's right around the corner, man.
And shout out to Coach Bird, man. He's one of the trainers for Michael Gallup, Coop, and also who else he trained? Cedric Wilson. So he trained a lot of those Cowboys players, and we're gonna hit him up too.
Hey, we're working with D-Rob. I told you D-Rob is
David Robinson.
You got D-Rob's number.
D-Rob number right on my phone. So what we're gonna do with D-Rob and Clay Mack, what I want to do with those guys before we bring them on the show is wait till the actual camp start, so that way we can ask them questions about players that they working out with, so we won't just be talking about stuff that's not happening yet. So we hit them up a little bit later when this thing start off, man. So they bring in a lot of great insight, a lot of great information. And if you are a young DB, because y'all know I don't like DBs, I love them. They went under the hardest position. You got to say hardest position to learn in the NFL. Reach out to my dog Clay Mack, man. He will put you in the right situation, and we will have some mini camps for them. So if you are a young DB that's in high school, right, or just now got your acceptance letter to college, hit up my dog Clay Mack. He will help you out and put you in the right positioning, and so that you'll be in a better shape, so you can get ready to compete. And that's what it's all about, is competing.
Indeed. Let's hop back into the Cowboys Nation chat line, brought to you by the Cowboys Network. Make sure to go follow him on all the social media platforms. Sosa's on IG, Twitter, Facebook. Trust me, man. If y'all want to stay up to date on every little detail and you have some good visuals, that's who you want to go to. I think we finally got B Bird. We got you? B, you in here?
Skywalker, how you doing? It's Lunatic.
The Lunatic.
I thought it was big.
The Lunatic.
Did you hear your drop? Lunatic?
No problem. Hey, I'll give way to Bird. He always gives great content.
He does.
He has insightful he's got those thoughts on the boys. Hey, I just want to say it again. Great interview tonight. Great week starting on Sunday. Can't wait for next week.
You mean interview Vach? Because being good PC tonight. We miss PC.
He just talking about us, the late night hype, man.
Yeah.
But go ahead, Lunatic.
I get to again. I'll just give you this. Listen, last year we were -1 in takeaways. -1 in takeaways. We had 7 interceptions.
Terrible.
7 interceptions, 10 fumbles. We gave up 11 interceptions. We had 8 fumbles. Give me a number, because again, I hated that bend but don't break. I know we're going to be more aggressive. We might give up. We might give up a couple more big plays, but we're going to have those game-changing takeaways. So give me a number. What number you think? What number you feel comfortable with? Yes, this is what we needed. This is what our defense is capable of. And I'll go ahead and hang up. I know Cowboys Nation, the callers are calling in. They want to hear their voices heard on Late Night Hype. They want their insights with all these Cowboys fans. So I'll just go ahead and hang up and listen to the answers. Have a great one, all right, Cowboys Nation.
Appreciate you always. Hey, Lunatic,
Hey,
check
appreciate
out.
you.
Do me a favor. You still there? Oh, you hung up.
There you go.
Hey, Lunatic, if you can hear over the show here, and once again, I went low.
Oh, you went low?
Yeah, that's all right. I'm back up. Lunatic, if you can hear on this show, or any of my members, if you're in the chat right now, I dropped a new emoji. I kind of want to see it. So if y'all got that new emoji, if you're a member, go ahead and drop that thing. I kind of want to see what it looked like. But if you,
I went
still
ape nuts on the emojis, Sky. I did like Boothang found out how to finally do it.
Yeah.
I don't know how to do that shit like that. She figured how to do it, dog, and she went hammer time. And you know what? I'm trying to find that Yo Got Fire, Yo Got Flame. So watch for that one coming for your facey.
Yeah. Sosa dropped one for me, so I'm trying to see if it worked. Okay, so KMT dropped looks like you dropped another one. It should be a Skywalker one. I think I dropped a new Skywalker one. I want to see one of those.
That's what I'm talking about.
But okay, so what did Lunatic want to know about a number of the defense?
Yeah.
Of the turnovers.
Yeah, see the OG.
Number takeaways. I don't know what number. That's a tough question because turnovers are they could be fluky. You know, they could be fluky. So I don't know a number, but a number that I think we need to get to be a dominant defense is probably somewhere in the 30s, right? Isn't that what most of the dominant defenses? They get about 30 takeaways somehow, some way, roughly.
Yeah, but let me turn this one over right quick.
Sure.
Landon, thank you for making the donation.
there you go.
Donation, man, and also Floyd. Thank you for making the $15 holler, man. I really appreciate you elevating the nation. What's good though?
That thing look
There you go, the ninja. He's showing. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to deflect, but all my emojis are popping up.
Yeah, they dropping emojis because
I'm getting excited because all my emojis are showing up. My boot thing got my OG one. Oh, I had a glory hole one. It's not working. Oh, we gotta fix that one. I got one. I want me some glory hole.
I got me a dead eagle on mine, but
do you?
Let me see. I got to go to your individual.
Yeah, you got to go to the individual to see it.
Come over to my page. The OG is hard though.
Yeah.
Where's that? Where's the glory hole?
You
got the glory hole to pop up? Nice. I want me some glory hole.
I think. Let me go to your page. Big game.
What'd you do, Sky? With yours? You did your own.
It's the light. You see my new profile pic on Twitter? It actually on YouTube as well.
Oh, let me go look at it.
Yeah, that's what it is. And then I'm gonna have some different ones too, some different variations. The more the membership grows, the more you can you can add on there.
Oh, okay.
Ain't that shit fun though, low key?
I love it.
Yeah, it's funny.
I like that shit.
Funny.
I don't know how to do it. Booth ain't do. I like looking at it though.
It's pretty cool.
I'm going to your page now.
Yeah, what about number? I got a number for a number that you think we need to hit to, I guess, have a good defense turnover wise. I think about 30
to 35.
I could be wrong. I don't know if that's too high, but I feel like
40
30
would be great.
Let me do this then. Shoot, maybe
Let's
3
get a
fumbles
40-40
game
with 40 sacks and 40 turnovers.
Oh my God. Number one defense, bar none, if you get 40 turnovers and 40 sacks. Probably talking about one of the best defenses of this decade.
Turnovers on down,
Think about it.
We never know though, right?
We
never know what can happen.
Yeah, you like that, Joe?
Yeah, I like that.
We've seen teams rise out of nowhere defenses. So it's a really good staff. We got some guys that are, we were talking the other day that let's say that money got spent, if Tyrone Crawford took a pay cut and you brought in like an Everson Griffin off that money,
praying that. Oh my goodness,
would be nasty, dog.
Man, don't get me started
on. Would that be nasty?
Don't get me back started on Everson, bro. That's who I'm telling you. That's the one where
kick Crawford inside, bro.
You can honestly, if you want, you can keep Crawford, but I look
That's
at
what
it
I'm
as
saying.
it's
Keep
redundant.
Crawford inside. whole
I look
damn
at it
year.
why. You know what I'm saying? Because if you bring in Griffin built the same damn way. He just
Man.
better. He's just a better player.
Oh,
That's a good touch on that big game, James. You got OG as one
you
of
like
yours.
that OG one?
Yeah. You OG for real.
I gotta
You
go
know,
on here
Thank
and
you. I
see.
appreciate it. I,
Yeah,
you
like
know,
those
I just trying to step up and be like y'all.
Emojis.
Yeah, I'm trying to go on here and see.
Ooh,
right,
hey,
right
Hope
now.
became a member. Hey, appreciate you, big dog. Hope became a member. Biggie
John
level.
Matthews too
See
on
you
your
later.
channel.
Biggie.
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 John Matthews.
Oh, did I get a
Brr,
new
brr,
stream?
brr,
Is
brr.
that what that was?
Burnt. Biggie. Y'all remember that song? Kick in the door, wave in the 4-4. All you heard was Papa, don't hit me no more.
All right, what about you, Law? You ain't give us no number.
Far as
Thoughts on the
turnovers and
turnovers.
takeaways? Oh my goodness. I was like, I was turnover. Remember, I
Scott
read
said he wasn't letting that go, was he?
He
said,
wouldn't let it
"James."
go. I was sitting there.
He
Okay,
said, "Law."
Oh my goodness.
He ain't even letting it go. So I need the turnover. Stop
I would be happy because it don't take much for me to be satisfied. But if we can just get one interception a game and one fumble a game, I will be happy. But of course, I want multiple interceptions in one game. That will make me, have the biggest smile on my face. When the last time we had a game where we had multiple interceptions in one game?
Hell, if I remember. I mean, I'm sure it happened last year, right? Was
it last year?
Giants? Did that happen against the Giants?
Well,
No?
back to back, because I know I think
He
we
said
had
multiple interceptions.
I think we had 4 turnovers and takeaways.
multiple interceptions in the
Oh,
Giants game?
I know we had a
That
ton of
first
turnovers against the Eagles
That first
game.
Eagles game, yeah, we beat the hell
We
out
had
of them.
a ton
We
of
was like,
turnovers.
That's how we because we had the first turnovers, the first 2 possessions.
Yeah. So I want something
That's
like
how we
that.
got in that ass.
Yeah, I want to see a damn dominant defense, fam. Like I'm tired of
Bend,
up
don't
and
break.
down. Yeah, that bend but don't break is
That shit
killing
is
me.
whack.
But you know what else I'm tired of? That special team play, man. We've been like garbage, man. I
Hot
just want
garbage,
that to
waste,
be-
trash.
I don't want to see no safe play close to the vest type of situation.
Need
I
workers'
want when
comp
they punt
insurance?
the ball, you run that thing. Don't be sitting there waving.
Oh, I
talking
see the
about
OG.
fair catch.
I
Yeah, that
like
OG,
that.
OG slick, OG slick over there.
Yeah, I'm digging that old jizzle.
Like the OG.
Yeah, them
Yeah,
little,
got
little
that
things
one.
like
Hook
that.
you
I
up
fool-
with that one. Yeah.
Yeah, them shits is
Yeah.
hard.
All right, man. Let's put y'all talking about in here. Let me get back in it.
I'm looking at this. We had a lot of turnovers. Our best last really great turnover ratio was 2014.
2014.
Right?
We had like
Yeah.
37
That's what I'm
turnovers, I
looking
think,
at
right?
right
Wasn't it
now.
something like that? I could be wrong, but I know it had to be in the 30s, fam.
I'm looking up right now.
My dog over here said the U says Jeff Heath. Mark my words, we will miss that man.
Oh my God!
Stop it.
Stop. We're missing what on special
Stop
teams?
That.
Jeff Heath finally had a serviceable year as a tackler last year. It wasn't that bad. He actually only missed 4 tackles. Before that, Jeff Heath was god awful trying to make a tackle. Now, where Jeff Heath was really good at is when Jeff Heath was a reserve player, the number 3 safety, and he would come in and get you the timely interceptions and what have you. But Jeff Heath as a starter, ain't nobody missing Jeff. Now, I don't mean to come at the commenter there.
No.
But
We
I'm just
want people to
passionate
speak their
about
mind.
some damn Jeff Heath. I don't miss him.
He's so passionate about Jeff Heath.
And not in a good way. It's just that there were so many years to upgrade that man, and you didn't. Because why? I call it the good old boy club, but Brian called it the sponsorship. He got a sponsor, Jason Garrett.
What was the first thing that Woody said about Jeff Heath and whoever else we brought on? They wasn't speaking glowingly, but they said it is what it is. I think Philip Tanner said, okay, Jeff Heath was the guy. He was a dog out there for special teams, but let's be real about it. He was a special teams guy.
We had 16 interceptions in 2014.
The U said he said
Bruce Carter had 5.
Dog. When you the leader of a team in turnovers,
He said Jeff Heath was a leader.
Listen. He
of
said
the
he's
team?
the leader. He said he's the leader in turnovers on this defense. Don't give me god awful. He was the leader on turnovers on defense on a defense that can't get turnovers. So it don't take much to be the leader. 2 picks.
You get
And we're getting hyped
Jordan
about
Lewis
2
wasn't even
picks.
starting to have more interceptions than everybody, damn near everybody else. He wasn't even playing.
That's what's crazy
That
is
should
that,
tell you.
and I know Voch
That
is
should
probably
tell you
pissed because
something
that's Voch's guy, Jeff Heath. But it's crazy that's the go-to for Jeff is the whole turnover situation. But when you actually go back and look, it's not like this dude was getting you 6, 7, 8 turnovers a year. That's not the case. Or he would have been a Pro Bowler. Jeff Heath would get you at tops 2 picks. And it wasn't like because he just had this amazing read and he Earl Thomas'd you and came from across the field for a pick. I mean, I think one of the best plays he had might have been against the Packers in 2016 in regards to getting a pick. Other than that, I mean, you're talking about a tip to him or what have you. And then in 2017, he made a great play against David Carr.
Yeah.
You know, but I mean, Jeff Heath gets that crutch because we're a shitty defensive team and getting turnovers, and he was the only one that was getting them for a good bit, and it wasn't like he was getting a lot.
Yeah.
Jeff Heath.
True that.
Man. Get him out of here. He should have been out of here. Should have been one out in there and got Earl Thomas or somebody else.
Yeah.
I'm still looking. We had 16 interceptions in 2014 with that damn defense.
We had a lot of picks. I mean, so we had a lot of
JJ Wilcox had 3.
We had a lot of turnovers that year. I think we were top 5. And tell me if I'm wrong.
35 turnovers.
35. I knew. I said 37. But yeah, man. If we can get back, but the problem was, right, James? I go look at the sacks. I don't think we had.
That's what I'm like.
Yeah, did we have? We weren't in that 30-30 club, was we? We might have been.
Hell no. I'm looking at it right now. Jerry Mincy, I forgot he had 6. He was our best deuce.
I remember when I was like, you can't have Jeremy Mincy chasing.
Leading our sack leader, right?
Yeah. Well, I think he was saying is that we was playing him out of position. You know.
Who, Jeremy?
What position?
Heath.
Jeff Heath playing.
Oh man, I don't give a damn what position. All right, you know what? I'm done.
You just move on. Let's move on. Then.
No. Y'all can talk about.
We only had 17 and a half sacks.
Damn, that's it.
Yeah.
Are you for real?
Yeah, that's yucky.
What year?
Oh, that's bad.
2014.
Man. Wow.
Oh, see, that's what I was saying. That if you would have had DeMarcus Ware, you know what I'm saying?
You'd be better, but you think we win in the Super Bowl because DeMarcus Ware?
Well, I think that we would have had more than 17.
Oh, I believe.
We also got to say that we couldn't have no injuries in the playoffs because we had one injury. Because we had one injury in the playoffs, you already know what happened.
Well, that's just
a major.
We were talking about making those adjustments.
We can't never overcome that with
Jason KMT Garrett, trying to get me started. I'm not playing your games, KMT.
he will. He'll bait you.
He trying.
KMT. What he was saying?
Oh, and KMT,
Jeff Heath's the best box safety in the game. But he's trolling. KMT's trolling. He said he's the best box safety coming.
He got his jersey coming. He got a Trevin Diggs blue jersey coming.
Yeah,
I'm getting out of this. Y'all take over, please.
Man, shout out to him though.
I'm not talking about no damn Jeff. Hey, what position? How is he out of position, man? Jeff Heath came out, man. There's nothing to say about Jeff Heath.
He said he used to be all over the field.
All over the field.
Philip Tanner said it best, man. He was one of the better special team players on the team.
Oh, indeed.
What'd he say? The better special
team on the team, and you know that was his claim to fame. And it's nothing to sully or denigrate him. It's just what it is. Undrafted guy from Saginaw Valley. He did his good job when he was a rotational guy.
And remember what they said. They were predetermined rosters.
Roster because of little things they did. Funny? Political football.
You know what's funny? There was people in the comments on the George Iloka thing where George didn't say anything disrespectful about Jeff Heath. We made a statement to Jeff about Jeff Heath and about the buddy system, as you guys know, I like to call it. And George was like, "Yeah, man, I knew what it was, you know." And he left it at that. And then somebody was like, "Oh, you know, that's just a bitter person." But then PT came on and uttered the same sense there was already predetermined type of things. There wasn't no accountability or real competing in regards to positions like that and certain players like that. So, you know, now you got two different people saying the same thing. And somebody in here said, well, why did we keep him so long? Buddy system, fam. When this coaching staff loves you, you stick around.
You're a Jason Garrett guy, right? If you was a Jason Garrett guy, like Phil PT said too, if you was a Jason Garrett guy, you had maybe some more privileges. And Jeff Heath was a Jason Garrett guy. Run through a wall, play hurt, do, you know, I mean, he was the Jason Garrett guy.
Kudos to those guys, and just like I'm gonna give this analogy. I love analogies.
Yeah.
If you guys ever had a flat tire and you change that tire out, it's a donut, and it says, please keep in mind, do not go over 45 miles per hour in or drive more than 40 to 50 miles on this particular tire.
A little donut.
On that donut. But guess what? That car can still scoot. It can still move.
So
it
Jeff
can
was
do
the
all
donut.
those things. But it's the donut. It's not meant to be the end all be all. But what we did to this particular team, whether it be on the offensive side with the tight end position or whether it be the safety situation, we kept that donut on and said, hey, we're still able to move. We're still able to get our car to point A to point B.
I love it, Law. That is an amazing analogy. And it pertains directly to Jeff. He was a donut, fam. Because it's perfect. Because when we had a starter, he was the donut. When we needed to bring him in, he did what we needed him for. And then we took him right back out, put the regular tire back on. And then I guess they wanted to go out and try to get some rims, and it didn't work. So they put the rims on there, and it ain't fit, ended up getting a flat or something. They put the donut back on, which was Jeff Heath, and they kept him there for like 3 or 4 years.
And the saddest thing I can ever see in my life.
That donut just stayed on. It was training.
Damn, that's a strong ass donut, man.
That's the saddest thing I saw in my life was,
love it,
or to be able to see a donut on some, you see the rims, the 3 tires, and you see the fella with the donut on there for more than 1 or 2 days.
And
like, dog, your priorities are wrong, fam.
This is what they try to do, Law. They put the donut on there, and then to try to sweeten it up to make it seem like that, hey, everything is fine. They went out and bought a hubcap.
Yeah,
and they put a hubcap on the donut and try to make what do you like to say? Don't piss on me and tell me it's raining, fam.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just say this: when we had Daryl Worley on there, when you asked him, Law, you said, "Oh, Jeff Heath gone. You gonna take 30?" He said, "Hell no." That should tell you all you need to know.
205.
That's all you
What's
need
up?
to know.
What's up, man?
What's going
on?
Hey, man, we live.
Hey, this Uncle Charles, bro.
Uncle Charles.
I was about to say, he hyped.
Let's get
What's up, man? How y'all doing? How my 3 Kings doing tonight?
We doing good, bro.
Man,
How
we
you
doing great.
King?
Appreciate you, King.
Man, I just want to make this comment, man. It's been weighing on my heart for days, man. We've been having a bad animal problem over here in Birmingham with dogs and cats show up on your door. Well, I had a little dog out there yesterday, and he wanted some food. And I said, look, man, you got to go home. I ain't your owner. You need to go home. He kept barking and looking in my eyes. I said, I'm telling you one more time, you need to go on that because I can't teach it. But I looked at it in his eyes, and he stood up for his right. And now I got to stand up for mine. There's no justice, no peace. Which brings me to Jerry Jones and Dak Prescott. Jerry Jones, I just got to say this to Jerry Jones. Jerry Jones, you are a brilliant owner. One of the goodest people I know. But when Troy Aikman played for you, you paid him $50 million, and everybody had a nice glass wall outside, and everybody went home. Then Tony Romo came through, and you paid him a multi-million-dollar deal. Everybody had a nice glass shot in there, and everybody went home. And then here comes that rolling through, clean cut brother. Ain't no ran from the pole, ain't broken nobody's car. He gets out as clean as he can be. When I look out there at AT&T Stadium, man, you know what I see? I see white, black, green, and yellow, and everybody fight for the common good for their team to be Super Bowl champions for the 6th time. So we need to learn how to get along in this country and love one another, because I'm going to tell you something. I cut myself last night shaving, and I'm pretty sure a guy by my age or a little bit younger cut himself. And I can tell you what came out of me was red, and I'm pretty sure what came out of him is red. So we can get along in this country. You know what makes America great again? It's that guy that pick up that garbage every morning at 5 o'clock. It's that surgeon that's saving their life on that operating table. It's that teacher that teaches our kids in their classroom and preparing them for the future. So I say this to the American people and say this to the Dallas Cowboy fans. I want you to eat right. I want you to go to bed on time. I want you to love one another. And when you do that, everybody fight for the common good, because it's all we got. It's all we got. With no love, we have nothing. Don't none come at war with war itself. And you better study that. Jared, pay this man his money. You didn't have no problem paying them guys. Pay this man his money. This man is a good young dude. Pay him his money. And I want to say in closing, do what you got to do, people. Go to bed on time, eat right, put your deodorant on, smell fresh, And that's by All Spice Swagger, baby. Smell like a man. And I'd like to thank y'all for letting me call.
My man.
Indeed, Uncle.
Get the clue,
Man,
Bob.
Charles, y'all, man.
Uncle
God.
Charles.
Love y'all, man.
Love you too,
Man, I
brother.
love you too, man. Oh, drop
Charles,
it.
love you.
That.
Uncle Charles gotta get
Dime,
the
man.
bomb, fam. We gotta get the bomb. Yeah, man. Yeah, let's all just love each other, man. But also let's understand and educate each other as well.
Yeah.
You know, we can we all about love, but if we don't educate each other on history of things, then that love can be misguided. You could just be loving a person for, you know, different reasons. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Without understanding why, the pain that they have. And without understanding, do you really love somebody, or you just love what they can do for you? You know, one of the things that that I love to hear is love us as much as you love our culture.
Yeah.
You know, so that's where I stand. So I'm with you, man. Everybody love
What
each
a
other.
brilliant, man, for the last call of the night, man.
Yes,
that was
indeed.
one of the nail in the coffin type of situation. I feel exactly every sentiment of the man's voice. Uncle Charles put that thing out there, the wisdom of Charles, man. All I can say is that let's understand that this Dallas Cowboys team unify everything. And he have a strong point about paying Dak Prescott. Let's get this thing going. Let's stop dragging it out throughout the world and the media, and let's go ahead and pay this guy.
Hey, Prime said, because this is what Charles said, or Uncle Chuck said. He ain't broken nobody's car.
Right.
I love Uncle Chuck's accent, man.
Yeah.
Oh,
yes,
man,
indeed.
he's
Down
funny.
in Birmingham. Yeah.
Yeah, just pay the man.
good
But
stuff.
that's a whole other thing. Look, we about to get on up out of here though soon.
Yeah.
So go ahead and give your shout outs here on your individual pages here, and
Salutations, huh?
and your salutation. Yeah. I made sure that was right. And so it was right. I want to look. I said, let me make sure I said that thing right. Give your salutations, guys.
Yes, Big
All right,
Game James.
I'm always got to go
Everything
before
remains
law
the same.
because he I got to do that. Got 3 new members today. Appreciate y'all, Charles
go.
Namasaka.
See it, man.
I hope I didn't say that name wrong. If I did, slap me. All right. Got my guy Main Purpose, who became a member as well, Biggie Level, and my guy Hope Logan. About time you got on the damn train. Appreciate you, dog. Jumped on the membership train. The Ninja, my dog, you already know, for the hollers tonight. Aaron Lewis come through with the holler. Fatima's Prime, Young Wilson, just all my people, Juwan James, Cash App, and just everybody who was in the and really shout out to the people that stay with us in the feed and say, guess what? Even though the Patrick Creighton didn't show up, and I'm gonna leave that alone, we still came for the late night hype regardless, and that's what I love at the end of the day. You feel me? And that's pretty much it.
Shout out to Facebook too.
Shout out to the
man.
mods too.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Toby holds
and
it down on Facebook, Law.
Yeah, love
Yes.
Toby. We didn't get to see him yesterday.
Yeah, and Jimbo, shout out to you, man.
Yeah,
on
Jimbo
the
too.
Facebook.
Jimbo and Toby be
Wow.
holding it down
Yeah.
over there.
Jimbo,
they be
wow.
holding
I
it
love
down.
Jimbo. He wild.
Mendoza and everybody, man. James Black, if that's the same person as Annie, all of you guys that's on the Facebook, and I just want to thank the mods, man, for doing what y'all do.
Indeed, man.
Yes, indeed. And
love
Young
the
Wilson,
mods.
man, everybody, man, Rue Glock, and shout out to all of the callers, man. and
Stevie
special,
Mack.
special
Another
spot in
one.
my house, man. In my heart, I'm about to say in my house, but nah, in my heart for everybody, man, that rock that silver and blue nation. Even those who don't even like the Cowboys, but just here to hear and soak in all of this good information. I got to say this, Big Game James and Skywalker. This guy joined the membership today, and I saw that he joined yours as well, Big Game James. Main Purpose. That's
Yes.
a cold-blooded name.
I know when I seen
Yeah.
that stood out to me. I said, Main
Mhm.
Purpose. I told Boothane that. I said, listen to this name, Main Purpose.
Yeah,
Made me think.
and the craziest thing about it, when they join my membership, you get a star right beside your name. So he put Main Purpose, and he got the star right beside his name. And regardless of how we look at this thing, just like my dog Uncle Charles just said, man, we all bleed the same. We all believe that silver and blue is coming out of our bodies. Let's continue to grind. Let's continue to shine. Y'all hit those notification bells, because you never know when we go live like 95. You guys
Yeah.
feel this thing, Skywalker, when we get on this show and we talk and we spit our mind, it regardless of who joined the show. We're gonna speak our truth. It's raw, it's real, uncut. We didn't sit down and say we're gonna talk about this, we're gonna talk about that. We just giving you guys the unfiltered, the raw information for the nation. Let's continue to grind and shine. Y'all hit those like buttons and all of those share notification things. Let's continue to grind, baby. That's been our time. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Let's go.
Man, that's so classic, man. That's so classic. And what I got is classic. And what our guys say, this is what I like. I like to hear stuff like this, man.
If you have not liked this,
if you haven't,
please like this.
Make sure you
Go
like
and share this because we're talking about pure commentator gold right here, y'all. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna get it nowhere else except one place, the Late Night Hype.
Indeed,
I love how he says it. The late night hype.
Perfect drop. It's the perfect
I love how
drop.
he says it. The late night hype.
You heard him, man.
Hey, when this thing syndicated on Sirius Satellite Radio, I'm speaking. Thou shall decree a thing and it shall be established. Look, when this thing get on Sirius Satellite Radio, we're gonna say, hey, in order for us to go there, we got to bring that guy to say the late night hype.
He gotta be the one that does our intro drop.
The late night hype.
Indeed, fam. Indeed.
Yo, go
Hey, make sure
Flay.
you guys keep rocking.
Yo
with
got
us. We
fire.
Appreciate all the donations. Definitely on my channel. Appreciate all the donations. I think I had a new member. I'm sorry I couldn't get to you.
Main purpose,
again,
probably.
all this going. I think it was.
It might be because they be trifectoring with us, and I love that shit.
That might have been it, man. I think.
Hey,
it might have been
Scott
it.
was. Oh, I'll tell you to it off air. I'll ask it off air.
Okay. And like he said, man, earlier in the show, next week, David Hellman, Tiny Jim, will be in the building on. Oh, we got 3 new members, Stevie. Well, I couldn't keep up. There was a lot going on. But we got Tiny Jim and possibly John Owning, who, if you have not seen this guy, guys, go on Twitter. I believe it's at John Owning. Man, he's good.
He writes for Dallas Morning News, and his articles are the shit.
Yeah. I mean, and it might be even, you know what I'm saying, like an understatement. He's that good, guys.
Yeah.
Check him out. And once he's on here, we're going to talk a lot of X's and O's and breaking it down. And if we can get him and Hellman at the same time, it's going to be litty lit.
Yeah, that's going to be litty lit. The 5-man boxer.
It's going to be nice. It's going to be nice. So, yeah, man, y'all know when we hear this. You know what that means,
Yeah, you know what the hell that means, man.
It's time to go.
So you ain't got to go home, but you got to get the out of here.
Oh, one thing, like Chuck said, he was like, make sure you go to bed on time. No. Don't go to bed on time for late night hype. Stay up for the late night hype.
Stay your ass
Uncle
up for
Chuck.
us. Then take your ass to bed.
Appreciate y'all, man. Come rock with us. Love ya. Peace.